This is just a ploy for me to see Tyler's legs.
Tyler, I hope you realize that you just showed your naked ass live on stream.
It's not my channel.
Ouch.
Fair, honestly.
Ouch. So,
Most them rules.
hi everybody. How y'all doing today?
Good.
Come see, come saw.
Well, Rena said good. So we'll let Rena do the recap for last week, and then we'll jump right into it.
You never
Yes,
say good.
the plan.
This is the lesson. You never
If
say
only
good.
I remembered what happened. Let's see. I guess right where we left off.
You can do this.
I don't remember the
We
name
did
of the
things.
place. We did stuff and things, and now we're here. That's about it, right?
Nailed
No.
it, honestly. Vigil.
I don't
is
remember
name
the
of
city.
town. Vigil.
Huh? Vigil?
Vigil.
Oh yeah, because I was like, I remember Lady Vigil. Duh, should have known the city.
Whoever created it was very
Honestly,
intelligent. Like,
Just
Yeah.
dude.
everything's
Very
visual,
creative,
visual
very-
light, visual. Yeah.
There's a lot of
Must be
things
someone
to
who's
name.
good with names.
Yeah. No, we were in Vigil with Oscar and Laszlo. We as in Ophios and Rena. Elijah stayed behind drinking some Amultese wine or whiskey. It was whiskey.
Come on now.
Yeah, sorry. My memory's a little fuzzy, time. Well, you don't know time, but anyway. So we were there. Basically, they were trying to free the spirits that were bound to this place, or more specifically this thing, which was an obelisk or monolith or what have you. It's got many names. And they successfully do that, or Laszlo successfully does that. I believe their souls are bound to her people, so like the Vigilites, I guess, wherever they are. And as soon as that happens, you don't see these spirits anymore. They also tried to bind Lady Vigil to Rena. She's like, this bitch? Nah. And went into Rena's sword instead. And so now she's bound to the growing sword instead of binding to Rena. We went into the temple it's a temple that is for Lady Arabelle. Rena stole some books. And then we actually did go to the library and look up, several things, but I think the most important one being the town, what's it called? Like record, I guess, of the people who were there. Because we're looking for a couple different people, but I forget who the most important one was that we're searching for.
You were looking for the name of the Loper family.
Oh, that's right.
To see if
But-
they are any
The
connected to
Krangals.
this, but
Well, the
but-
Kringals are not, they wouldn't find anything in
Yeah.
there about them.
Okay.
But there was some evidence of, I guess, what appeared to Ophios as Loper magic attached to the obelisk. So that was spicy. And then
It was time related.
Spicy.
it was time related.
And he remembered
Spicy.
all of the temple.
yes, that's
Yes.
a big thing. He got a
Yes.
big chunk of his memory back.
It's getting it out of order is so weird.
Yeah, that would be weird.
Yeah.
Beyond that, I think right at the end there, they Laszlo was telling them that they should talk to or speak with Lady Arcium.
Yep.
All right. And that we should not lie to her, I think was his main warning.
Yep.
But said that she would probably be the most helpful to us. And it sounds like we're all going to the same place, which is Amulta. I don't know what city first, though.
Probably Heplon.
Random crossover.
We were yeah, the never
Yeah. He'll just
We'll
keep
see
going
how
on and
far
on,
it
you
crosses.
know.
Crossover.
Honestly, Scott will be thrilled.
TKRC sounds like a sneaker brand.
It does kind of sound. I mean, you know what it sounds like to me? It sounds like a brand for remote controlled cars.
Yeah. It kind of does.
So we left off where we were about to go back out. We were gonna go outside and face the town because they were filling back up with people from what we could hear. That's where
we were
left
in
off.
the library.
We
Yeah.
were currently in the library. We were about to step back outside and meet with the Vigilites.
Yep.
Can we all agree that Rena did a really good job of that recap right there?
It was very well
Thanks.
done.
Yes.
Yeah, it was very in depth.
Can we all agree that Rena should do the recaps moving forward?
Honestly, yes.
Oh, no.
I don't know how that's gonna work, Rena. So
No,
are
no.
you free for the first
I have
30
to-
minutes?
First, like,
of our
I
Thursday.
gotta
stream?
pop in and do the
Thursday.
recaps for all of
Yeah.
them. We'll just pre-record them. You can put me.
There you go.
I'm on the
Honestly,
thing.
that works.
Yeah, but we get less of you. So
Yeah,
Oh.
that's true.
No, that's what you do. You just got to go all ASMR style, just like so. Last week on
So-
the game,
I expected it in Coach's voice.
So Rena, I
No.
want to break it down for you. What they're all really saying is they want more of you in their lives.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
correct.
Can you move to New England? That would solve it for everybody.
No, it would not. How dare you?
it's a ways away.
Excuse me.
That
I
is
don't know if I
totally
can.
I am the closest to Rena, and I would be upset by this.
I feel like
Uh-oh.
Rena and I are closest. Rena, wouldn't you say that you and I are the closest?
Well, guys, when did this turn into a
Oh,
competition?
I was talking about physical proximity, so
Yeah. Also,
you
just move to
can.
I don't know. Scott's
Oh,
ego,
wait a minute.
Scott,
Scott's
Seattle, that
ego
should-
goes beyond
Tyler.
state borders.
It most certainly does. Actually, even internationally. That's right. Like
Listen.
in the morning,
Scott.
what usually wakes up Josiah is my ego shining in through the window.
listen. Rena and I were talking about going to Vegas, and then COVID happened, and so
With
yeah.
everybody. Why don't you clarify?
No,
Don't-
no.
I did say with
Does
everyone.
Cryptic
with
know?
Cryptic,
Is
with
Cryptic aware of what's going on?
You want to summon him and find out?
Cryptic, yeah. Cryptic.
Cryptic
Ego.
was invited.
The ego
Mhm.
doesn't
When you
have
say it like that,
personality.
cryptic, it sounds like oh.
Why is it cryptic? It's not cryptic. It's
Cryptic.
cryptic.
Well, I was saying
Cryptic.
cryptic,
With a T.
But I was
Hey,
like, when I was like
Scott.
cryptic, I was like, oh.
Scott, it's loop. It's
He
loop.
might not actually be
L-O-O-P,
watching right now.
Loop.
Loop,
Running away to Vegas, dude.
loop,
You know it.
L-U-P-E.
Also, hi, Will.
So close.
Loop.
Rosin wants Coach's voice. I can't do Coach's voice right now. I don't know if
Do
I
it.
can.
Do
Pretty
it.
sure you
Do
can.
it. Do it. Do it.
No, we didn't.
I don't-
We
What
couldn't
do
get the
I
whole team.
say?
Rosin, you're super cool. Thank you
Yes!
for hanging out with us. Yeah.
I just love how you move your head with the voice. It's my favorite.
Or as Wade would say,
Oh yeah, he's like,
And somebody gift that and insert some phallic object in front of Scott's face. Go!
free Jim. Clip it, clip
You
it.
do this to yourself, man.
I hurt my
Um,
neck on that one too.
That's what
Rena,
she
that was very well done.
You hurt yourself
you.
way too
Thank
much,
you.
man.
I'm old.
You're welcome, Rena.
Thanks.
I get too into it. All right. Yeah. Yes, Will, always. All right, so we can't go late tonight because some douchebags expect me to fall asleep by 2 a.m. to wake up by 5:30 a.m. So I got to we gotta get this done.
That
So
doesn't sound right.
yeah, well, there are a couple of shitheads. Well, actually, one of them is like a really nice, kind, considerate, upright, standing person who would smite you if you did anything out of line. But the rest of them are just assholes. So you walk out of the library. Everything has Rena's wonderful recap with a little bit of salt and pepper from Josh in there. Push it. Come walking out of the library to literally watching the town filter in slowly, and it's strange the way that they're walking in. It throws you a little bit off guard because you can tell that they're being cautious with their approach. It makes sense that they would be cautious with their approach as they initially literally just like walking into a place that they haven't set foot in a long time, as you've heard the stories and so on and so forth. But even the individual moments, not just like the fact that they are slowly coming into the place, that's like as a group, it makes sense. But the individual people that you have to look at as you're doing so, it seems a bit somber, like their movements and everything. It seems a little bit somber. From where you guys are, you're at the very back of the city, as described beforehand. For people that would have come around on land, which they in fact did do. They came around on land as opposed to like launching the barge off of the lake, and that would be ridiculous. So you see people about halfway through the town walking through it. Had you been in there for a couple more minutes, somebody probably would have been opening the door on you. Walking through the town, halfway through to where you are. So you obviously see them filtering in. Some of them might see you. It's not like there's only one or two of you hiding, right? There's a group of you. Some of them might see you. What are your immediate reactions? Which could be, I'm going to go back inside. It could be, or it could be examine them, like a perception check or whatever to check them out. What will your individual reactions be?
This is people that are in town as we walk out of the library notice us?
Correct. It's whether or not, I mean, you're pretty sure they're going to end up noticing you pretty quickly. So it's kind of like, what are your initial reactions?
Well,
And Tyler did not shower. I can smell him from here. Sorry. Go ahead. Oscar is...
Oscar's just gonna go out and like, does there look like anyone who is an authority figure walking around here?
Well, is Mog with us still?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Mog's not familiar with the customs or culture of whatever of these people. He honestly, does he come off as the guy that would give a shit?
No. I just wanted to know if he was still there.
He is.
Okay, so you guys all were able to hear visual. She did talk about 2 other people.
Mm-hmm.
Scott, can you refresh the names? The High Priest is mainly the one I'm looking for.
And then there was Vanessa.
And Vanessa. Vanessa's the
Vanessa was
librarian.
I assume would be coming to the
I think
library.
the other one started with an A.
That sounds.
Yeah. So there was the one that's currently acting as she mentioned. So there's Vanessa that she mentioned, and the High Priest Wilhelm was
Wilhelm.
yeah.
So I'll just say to Oscar.
The librarian was Vanessa. Sorry, you say to Oscar.
Yeah. We should probably find this Wilhelm. I believe he was one of the leaders that the vigil spoke of.
I think that makes sense, but we are at the library. It's likely that this Vanessa character will come here. We could ask her where to meet Wilhelm.
Okay. Mog, your work here is done. If you want to leave, I would understand. I'm not a people person either.
I kind of want to see what happened. Oh, sorry. I kind of want to see what happened.
Can I roll like insight or perception to get their general sense?
His
of when
accent's
they
not
see us?
fake, okay? No insight. His accent is real.
No, I'm talking about on the people, not on Mog.
God, you're very sensitive about this accent. Are you sure it's genuine?
Rena's judgmental. Could you go ahead and roll me a check if you'd like, Tyler?
Perception or insight?
Whichever one. Do you want to look at them or do you want to judge them?
I'm going to judge them.
All right.
Intimidate.
16.
Look at him over there, judging books by covers. So you,
I'm trying to get their general demeanor as they come back into town, as well as like how they're looking at us, if anyone's looking at us.
like I had said beforehand. I'm sorry, I'm just laughing at Josh because he sent me something. Like I had said beforehand, it's kind of somber as a group coming in, but their individual demeanor, it seems like there's not necessarily a pointed walk to them as they're coming in. It doesn't look like they necessarily have like a very specific spot that they're going towards. Like you'd imagine if you hadn't been home for an extended period of time and you're finally walking in for the first time with it potentially being free, you'd be cautious at first, make sure it's safe, make sure you know nom from the ghosts or whatever, right? But you'd probably head straight to your house and see what it's like or your favorite spot. They don't seem to be doing that. They seem to be kind of like filtering in, like they don't have a specific spot that they're going towards with that result.
This how people's normally are? Just wanderings about, no homes, no place to goes?
I think it's the transition. They gotta learn their new way.
New ways house.
They're, how do I put this? A little bit different than how they were before. They're not quite the same.
Ophios is going to walk up to one of them who's wandering around and be like, excuse me.
So you start to make your way over to the person as you had just mentioned to walk up to him. You notice something almost immediately as soon as you walk up to him, Ophios. Much like that description I gave of Rena during that time where the soul had bound to her temporarily, their skin seems a lot more pale, washed out, kind of like grayish in tone. You know what I mean? So like a pale gray kind of color. Their eyes, whatever color they were beforehand, let's say brown, have like a grayed out version of the brown. Their hair is a bit straighter and also has a bit of a washed out look to it. They look a bit different. And I'm trying to see what it is that you posted with my 16 chats today.
Detect magic.
Gotcha, okay. Oh, I gotta
It's
open this
at
one.
will, so...
Why'd you use a will? Will's on your team, man.
No, it's at will.
No, not at
I can
Will.
use
Like,
that.
no, Will's...
No.
You know where he is. He's good.
Anyway, I want to
Sorry.
see if there's any sort of,
Not sorry.
like... I think he understands what has happened, but he also wants to, like... It's kind of like... How do I describe it? He's trying to sense to see if it's, like... He wants to know if it's Loper related, I guess.
Yeah, so you're looking out with your detect magic, whatever it is, you see no Loper related things happening there.
All right. Excuse me.
Yes.
Are you...
That's not them. Sorry, the wrong guy.
Yeah.
I'm listening.
What is your names?
My name is Joey.
Another Joey. Oh, it's related to Joseph.
Was your names always Joey's?
Since birth.
Okay.
I like that.
He'll walk back and say, he looks more parents, but his name's Joey's.
There's a lot of those around. Joey's, I mean.
Are those objects or people's?
People.
Okay.
A lot of people named Joey for some reason.
I don't know. They
Popular name in Paradise, I suppose.
he seemed confused, like he was trouble figuring out his names. Is that accurate, Scott?
No, just confused, like distracted, as opposed to with his own name, just distracted in general.
Okay. That was just you trying to think of a name then that I got off that.
What? No, me? No, what? This is
Anyway.
fake news.
So he'll just say, he seems distracted or confused in some ways.
This might take a long time. Oscar, I'm going to step forward and I'm going to say, we're looking for a Wilhelm.
Wilhelm.
Is that a ship's?
Do you hear a scream?
I hear. I saw Wilhelm. He was with the Vigil.
With the Vigil?
Yes.
When?
A few moments ago. Back towards the entrance. They were investigating the city.
Laszlo, the active vigil.
Oh, right. Okay. I was
That's why I
confused.
was confused too.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm going to look to Rena. I'm going to say, Rena, I don't know if you want me to say anything about the sword.
You think they'd be upset?
They may want it.
Ovius would simply say, that's swords. Perhaps not. They don't knows. At least I don't think they knows. And he'll pause. And that he'll end his sentence there, but he'll just be thinking.
Well, we don't know either.
Knows. I means what magics works with that swords. And he'll pull out the one that he has and very like hidden like show Laszlo and Oscar as he increases and decreases the size of the sword.
Okay, that's interesting.
Enchantment Arcana 19.
Oh, geez, that's good.
You have no idea what that is.
I'll look shocked a bit. I'll say, I've never seen an enchantment like that on a weapon before.
I
That's
mean,
a shame.
you've seen
that would be
you've
good.
seen enchantments that allow things to grow and shrink. There's actually a woman by the name of this Grundle, old lady Grundle, that makes potions that do things like that. But there's particular types of magics that are making this work. You don't even detect magic.
Okay. Then I won't say the enchantment. Because I don't get the sense that the blade's even enchanted, and yet that's fascinating.
You could seize the magics on the obelisks, yes?
Yes.
The one I said might be related to times.
I couldn't sense that. I could sense the bindings of the undead that were bound to it and the basic enchantments that were on it. But that specific magic I couldn't sense.
Seems me and you know different magics. This is of that sorts.
Interesting. And is that the same as the time interference stuff?
Times, space, yes.
Elijah, can you break this down? I don't mean destroy it, I mean simplify. You know how my brain works. Not well.
You're muted. Oh, never mind.
Yeah, I know. Take this whiskey back, actually.
You
I'll
done?
hand you. Yeah. Now, drink that.
All right. Takes a swig.
And now you're as drunk as I am. Okay, Daelric, he was drinking last week when he came here, so he's still drunk because although it's been a week for us, in game it's been about 5 minutes. So, yeah,
That's true. You did have. How much whiskey is left in this cat? There was half a hogshead cask left.
several shots are missing.
Okay. Enough that Elijah would be at least tipsy, probably drunk. Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. I might ask you later then, when you've sobered up a bit. And also, I don't get drunk that easily.
Ophios would simply reply after, if Elijah just did that, he would say, "It's of another's worlds.
That's helpful.
Another's place."
Lady RCM would be very eager to help you in exchange for this information. This is leverage for you.
This is the ones who wants to restore memories?
I don't know if wants to is maybe the right phrase
Or
there.
can't, sorry.
Can.
She most likely can.
Or knows somebody who can.
If she's a very studious and cautious lady. So this information is a good leverage for you to get what you want from her.
Fairs? I'm
Hi.
sure Rena's...
Who are
What?
you lot? You
Hello.
see, looking out, and you see there's up ahead with a bunch of people around because they continue filtering as you guys went because you came off of the where the library was because Ophios walked down, the others joined or whatever.
Ophios noticeably goes behind Oscar and Laszlo.
Oh yeah, you're hiding behind Laszlo. Good job.
Hiding.
Listen,
Well,
I hide behind Aurora sometimes. It's okay. So
no, it's one of those things where because he got startled because they were mid conversation, and he just get startled and went.
It's more of a shield, less than.
That's right. And
It's more of
Oscar
like
will
it's
turn
more of
defensive.
like he doesn't. He's already talked to them, but he got startled, and it's like, oh, these were here first. Bye.
Yeah. Oscar will turn and just say, "Hello. We were sent from the Valoran camp to help with your Spectre issue. My name is Oscar McLaughlin. This is Laszlo. This is Rena, Ovios, Elijah, and Mog."
And to describe who it is that you see as you give your big introduction to them, the man that called out to you is clearly a man clad in a bunch of armor. Is a hobgoblin gentleman. He's definitely wearing like armor that is far better designs than everybody else's. For those of you that are familiar with Paradol military, you can clearly tell this is a commander's armor, like a high commander's design. Whatever military structure ranks that they have here, it is not far off from the structural ranks of Paradol. Anyways, so a hobgoblin gentleman wearing that suit of armor. He actually does not look washed out like everybody else that you see. You see a human gentleman with one arm standing before you, also doesn't look washed out like everybody else around you. And you see a very, very, very old man. But instead of being, despite how old and wrinkled and haggard he might look, you might expect a man like this to be crook at the back, you know, walking with a cane or needing some sort of aid to walk or whatever it is. I mean, because he looks old. We're talking like Palpatine old, right? He's actually standing straight backed and no problem walking on his own, which is kind of a testament to, I guess, the man's strength or force of will to see such a thing. I feel like I'm lagging now. Did I get laggy for you guys?
No.
No? Okay. Sorry about that. So continuing on, you see like the man stands strong. You can see that the garb that he is wearing actually is very, very similar to obviously a male version though, so it fits differently. Very similar to the garb that the Vigil was wearing when you spoke to her spectral form. And when I say you, I mean Laszlo, because only you saw her fully done up, right? With your ghost ability. So those are the three people that come walking forward to you, but you can also look about and you see that there's others nearby. Whoever this Vanessa might be, you don't see her, at least not as of now, not yet. Either way, so the three of them come walking towards you. The only one of them that has a bit of like a grayish look or whatever is the gentleman that is old, the very old guy. So back to you. You give that introduction, and as the hobgoblin takes a step forward, drawing a bastard sword, saying, what are you doing? And then you can see the old guy raises his like very thin, like almost skeleton like hand, raises up and places it on the man's shoulder and says, no, stand down, August, stand down. And he steps forward as well.
I'll look around. I'll look to the old man. I'll say, you wear the same garb as the Vigil. I spoke with her. Are you Wilhelm?
I am not. Gestures towards the man with the missing arm, because that was what was originally described to you as being Wilhelm. Says, that man is Wilhelm. My name was Xander at a time long ago, and once again in the recent past. But I will be known to you and others as the Vigil, at least as long as the title is the one that I bear. I imagine you are the reason why things have just recently changed.
What's happens to his arms?
Well, you don't just ask somebody that.
Good question.
Wilhelm actually will reach up instinctively and kind of like grab his arm and say, war?
Never changes. Sorry.
No. He just says, he reaches up and he just says, war.
I'm gonna look around.
Oscar will actually kind of gesture to you, Laszlo, and just like, you were.
Yes, it was us. We freed the souls that were bound to your obelisk. The ones preventing you from living here.
You did what with these souls?
Once more.
I gesture around to the people, and I'll say, I did what they sworn they wanted to do. Protect you. You are now, your people are now bound to your ancestors until you pass, and they'll get to pass as well.
Is this why everything is different? Why I feel My time was near. Every breath easily could have been my last one. But I feel anchored now. I feel a certain strength that I haven't felt in decades.
I'll look to Mog and I'll say, Mog here can explain it better than I. This was the first time I've ever performed the ritual.
Mog nods his head and says, well, looks like you were an old fuck, and, truth be told, what happened to you is known to extend life by a good bit. It's hard to explain, but imagine it like this. If you were born with a certain amount of life that you were supposed to have, and you were burning through that life like a torch, burning through its cloth and wood, well, you're the same torch, just with a smaller flame. He's like, so if I had days left, they've become months, or something of that degree. He's like, honestly, you're probably the one that's going to get the least benefit from me, because you old as shit. Mog's old, mind you.
Yeah.
Reminder, he's old.
I am Vigil. We didn't choose which spirits bound with who. I just gave them the opportunity to reunite with your people.
What of the rest of us? Says Wilhelm. I noticed that most of the town, they were bound, as you've stated. And there were a considerable number of souls that would have been lingering here. The number of people that lived versus the number of people that died over the century that we've lived here. I don't know if it's 1 for 1, or if it was a disparate number. I would imagine there have been more that died than lived, but again, I've not looked through the books and tallied. But not everybody had this transition. Just nearly everybody.
They chose who to bound to. I assume that they probably bound to the ones that they were most tied to. Friends, family, close ones. Maybe even people they offered servitude to. And I'll look to the Vigil. The lady, Vigil, bound herself to something else. And I'll kind of look at Rena with a questioning look. Because she didn't really answer the question I asked her first time.
We didn't get the chance to.
Force her hand.
Ophios is
Absolutely
tapping you. Ophios would probably tap you on the shoulder and go, "Nos."
That's that. I mean, if you didn't look or didn't pick up on that same kind of sentiment, she would probably just shake her head a slight bit.
Obviously, they're not without their own ability to read others. So the old man, the Vigil there, says, what is it you're trying to decide to tell us?
It's not my secret to give. I'm sorry.
But it is ours to have.
Know that the Vigil bound herself to an item.
An item. Wilhelm, finally letting go of the arm that's not there anymore, says, if I had to place a wager, I would imagine it's a sword.
I don't know what kind of check I need to do to not react to that.
Deception.
Or wisdom save, I would think. I don't know how it works.
I have to look to see what the... I guess communication would be...
Communication, deception, yep.
Yeah.
I don't have deception, but communication...
Oh, wow, you stunned. That's 7.
That's rough.
Yeah, that's...
if only you were playing GURPS, hey.
What's that?
Nope. Not getting into that conversation right now.
It's all right. I got my GURPS. It's happening. Already started my session 0 recordings. I'm happy.
Yeah, deception. Yeah, okay. I'll just look back and go, I'm sorry. It's not my secret to give. The
Why
Lady
is-
Vigil made her choice.
Why would you think it was a sword?
Because of a custom here. And because ours left. Maybe she was looking to replace it. Maybe she's looking to rejoin it.
What customs?
It's too much to go into, friend. There's a lot of customs that exist with us, our people, our place. But in short, there's a title. It bears a certain artifact that's important to us. It's in reference to that.
A binding with a sword. Is that more or less what you're saying? Like a sword that is to be carried by one person who leads your towns?
Typically speaking, it would belong to, and he gestures towards the old guy, the Vigil. If the Vigil is incapable of bearing it at a time of need, then it would fall to the commander, he says, gesturing towards the hobgoblin standing there. The two of them are generally the ones that would bear it.
Was there anything special about this sword? And did you lose this sword?
Yes and no. And I think perhaps that's enough answering of the questions for now. Nobody here has ill will towards you and yours, he says, kind of like gesturing to all of you. You've done what you could to provide a service for our people, to inevitably give them rest, at a cost that I can't even begin to understand the significance of. I did not suffer this transformation, so I don't know what's going through their minds. But it seems like not much. They shuffle around here with little more effort or energy than the dead that walked to this land not too long ago. If this is a blessing or a curse, again, I'll not judge you for your actions this day. I can tell that it was done from a good place with good intent. But I'm sure when the day of judgment finally comes for each of you, someone will have say in the matter.
Lazo will smirk, and he'll just make a under his breath comment, be like, "It's just a drop in the bucket."
Ophius is like, is there something that would allow us to talk on this more? I'm very curious.
What about talking about what?
The sword. He's trying to say, is there anything we could do that could allow me to learn more?
He says, knowledge is open to all residents of the city and the library. One can do their own research. He says, none of you are citizens, however. And then he kind of like, that however kind of trails off. And as the old man slowly draws breath to speak, you hear the hobgoblin say, "No. Nope. Mm-mm.
Oh, I'm
what they
sorry.
did.
I assume that you have an objection to someone joining the city?
He shakes his head and says, I don't think you should, different character. I don't think you should be able to go through our records. I don't think you should be able to be lingering around here. You cursed our folk. If I had it my way, I'd say that you'd be arrested, tried, and allow the judges to make a final decision on what happens. To which Wilhelm chimes in, again, the old man, having been interrupted, waiting for a moment to speak because he's so soft, says, to which I would like to point out, I am the judge of the town, especially the one that handles high matters such as this, and I believe my judgment has been heard. You haven't heard all the details yet. He says, and you're new to your position. You carry high rank here, and I understand your willingness and your concern to defend the city, but that doesn't change the fact that they clearly did this with good intention. He gestures towards Mog and says, he's a representative of Vigil. We've spoken with General Jaeger, about this. If they came here with the blessings of the Chosen to aid us in any way possible, as per our treaty with them. I don't think there was ill intent here.
Chosens. Ophius is just thinking, muttering that to himself.
I'll hold up my hands and I'll say, in full transparency, we had 3 options. Release them so that the specters and your ancestors would travel the land wreaking havoc in the state that they were in.
I think we can all agree, he says, looking full on at the Hobgoblin August, Commander August, he should be known as. That would have been a horrid decision to make. And then he looks back at you and nods.
Bind them permanently to be held captive into that, and I'll gesture towards the monolith.
Which is a bit away, but you can see it from where you are.
Yeah, forever to be bound there. Forever. Because that obelisk has some kind of curse on it that prevents it from being moved. Or the one that we were given. And I did. And I looked to the vigil. And I'll look to the vigil and I say, and we did ask for the vigil's blessing. She was here. She spoke to me.
The bound Lady Vigil.
Octavia is a bright young lady. She is more devoted than most ever will be to our city. For her to make such a decision must have been difficult for her. I also agree with Wilhelm. This must have been a difficult choice, and I'm sure it was no easy task. Did you lose anybody in the process?
I lost my memories.
I just smirk and looked.
He looks at you and says,
I'm sorry to hear that. Perhaps the Miss Meshtes would have something to help remedy that for you. We would just need to find her amongst the people. I think I see a correlation between those that were impacted and those that weren't. I'm parent in blood. I'm a founder of this city. I was one of the originals over 100 years ago. And most of the people that live here are parent in blood as well. You see to one side and the other that Wilhelm and August do not have that blood. Vanessa does, but partially so. I don't know if she's impacted. But perhaps she would be able to find an answer either way.
What's his name? August would chime in, if she's willing.
But we're certainly not going to be forcing anyone to do anything.
We do have a diplomatic purpose of being here as well, though.
Perhaps this meeting, this diplomatic purpose, you would excuse us if we asked you to give us time to discover what is going on.
Of course.
I understand that whatever it is you speak of, time must mean a lot to you. But time is something that we've lost for some amount of it. And we need to discover what is going on. Please give us at least until tomorrow night, if you can bear to spare it, the night after.
Oscar will kind of look to Laszlo and just say, well, it's not like we have the hard time limit we had before in terms of getting back to Cursefall.
Rena, how far away is this Cadus?
Based on what Jaeger told me, I know he's north, but he didn't specify where north, did he, Scott?
Actually, they did specify. Give me 1 second to answer a question in chat first for poor Kylie Colors. Hi, Kylie. How you doing?
Kylie.
You've never rolled a natural 20, just to point it out, but you can roll those here, just so you know, with a different command. You can also roll D100s too. Fun fact. Moving on. That's actually not Xerodoxy. Xerodoxy is actually a female. With like, you know, all girl parts and everything. That's a dude. And his name's Jake. Jake's part of the third campaign. Its own individual campaign. It's just a crossover. Anyways, Doxy's on an airplane right now, flying to Arizona to hang out with my brother because my family's super cool. Me, of course, being the coolest of them. Anyways, so since she's not here, instead of like throwing a random still picture of Doxy up there, I have this awesome GIF of Jake because, you know, people are funny, and we just have that there for your entertainment. So sorry about the confusion. Perfect timing, Bay, by the way.
Yeah.
It was good.
That was good, yeah.
Well done, Josh.
Oh, you're a little off.
Yeah. I know it's a little confusing seeing that, but you know. Yeah, Doxy's a lady. Not the Australian guy. So yeah. He'd be like, "Oi."
They'd be a lot more flirty.
I eat your baby.
Listen, Scott. His accent is 10 times your attempt at that accent.
Well, he's Australian. I
He's,
hope he has that accent.
he's the authentic.
Okay, the only one that like comes close to him is like, "That's a knife." All right, that's not a knife. This a knife.
Oh.
Like, but not with me.
That was something else, Josh. Something else.
I don't
Not
do
Australian.
accents for a reason.
It wasn't Australian, but it was something else.
So Doxy, nope, sorry.
Wow.
We're talking
Well
about
done.
girls.
Prof.
we
and
talking
so-
to?
Look,
Not that girl. We gotta go to the girl
really
down here.
wondering. I
Sorry,
was
I'm
really
sorry.
wondering when the podcast hour was going to start.
sorry.
I'm glad to see it started now.
I meant to say, hey Rita, how you doing down there? You good? You good?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, how are you up there?
You know,
It's pretty good.
It's not so bad. So listen, Rita, I just wanted to say, when you guys spoke to, I can't remember who spoke to who. Yeah, Jaeger. I think you guys actually spoke to Jaeger as well. You were told that he was heading to the Northern Keep. If you actually head north up the river, you'll go to the keep that's up north of the river. You go.
He's not talking to you.
North
It's fine, hang
of
on.
the river. He's God. Does he have a
The
hearing
north?
phone? He's old. Can you just like?
I'll
write it down
relay.
for him? Yeah,
I'll
thank you.
relay it.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Thanks,
hold on.
thanks.
What was that? What was that, Scott?
So, listen, north. You go to the river and go north. There's a keep at the north of the river. So you just go. You getting this, by the way, Rena?
I'm listening to every word.
Oh, perfect. So you go to the north of the river, and you'll be able to find a keep there. There's a bunch of Paradise soldiers that aren't supposed to be there. He's collecting them and bringing them back to Vala. So you're supposed to capture, go and talk him. He's who you want.
So,
Yeah.
so why don't Nords have livers?
Because they're not trolls.
Oh, okay. All right.
I don't think they get it. Well, I don't think. It was a good joke.
Honestly, I mean, I thank you. I appreciate it. Honestly, yeah.
Yeah. Right, Rita?
Yeah. I don't even know if I looked the right way. I looked the wrong way. It's that way. I got it
down there. You good down there?
Sorry. I'm directionally challenged.
Okay.
I don't know.
All right.
Fine. Fine.
All right. Anyways, if somebody wants to clip that one, Brittany would probably appreciate that one. Hey, Viking. Speaking of Australians, oi, mate, have a beer for Victoria. No, I don't know how they say Victoria. Oh,
Foster's Australian for beer.
No, I remember Jake told me how to say Victoria. Dirty.
Oh, wow.
Cheers, mate.
It's Boston, actually.
That is a queen you're talking about.
She's dead.
Yep. True.
Wow. Rude.
All right. Anyway, so North Arena, and I'm not sure if you're looking at a map of if you're looking at the big map of the continents or whatever it is.
I am not.
I can actually display that on stream if you give me
That would be great.
half a tick. This won't be in your campaign. It will be on stream. So, let's see.
Will it be in our campaign?
Right behind.
Yes.
It's right behind.
Oh, I see.
So in Adir, if you zoom up a considerable amount, you can see that this river right up here, if you're looking at the stream, this river. So you guys are right by this lake above the A in Hod Gwen, right? So you're at that lake right there. So if you actually traveled east to the river and head up north past Rid and just kept going all the way up north, almost to the edge of Vala. Oh yeah, almost to the edge of Vala. So above the eye in a deer, you would be able to find the keep that we're discussing. So
And
right in this kind of area right here.
Can we rename a deer into living venison?
Dear.
Don't.
Wow.
A doe, I was thinking, but okay.
Here.
A female
Thank you.
deer. The tropicals and sun.
Anno, you don't want to do that. Trust me. Trust me, you don't want to do that.
I don't know. Are you? I mean, well, we'll see.
Who was even asking me? Laszlo. Laszlo was talking to me. What did you ask? What did you ask me?
How far away is Cadus?
Oh, so what is that? A couple of days then?
I'll actually get you a better answer on that one. That will take me a moment, friend. So I will. You have to give me probably about 3 minutes to get the answer because roll 20 slow as fluff.
All right, start the clock, somebody in chat. Yep.
Where do you go?
No, but in the meanwhile,
Too soon, Will.
Yeah.
Too soon.
I mean, she'll tell you. She would
Ready.
tell you whatever the approximate is,
Honestly.
east and then
I
north.
got you.
But so first of all, he does say, so back to the RP part, he does say to you well, do you mind giving me till tomorrow night, and if you can bear to spare it till the night afterwards? And
Yeah.
I don't know who responds with what.
Well, the reason I was asking her was that I was gonna
So we could give
say,
a timeline.
so I could say we could come back X days, because while we wait, instead of just sitting here waiting.
Report
Yeah,
back
and so
to
you
Jaeger
respond with
first
X's.
either way.
Yeah.
I think realistically, we need to do some traveling. This is a stop on our way back, I think.
I appreciate your willingness to give us this time to figure things out. At that time, we will have many questions about what it is that you chose to do and the limits or understanding that you have of it. Any knowledge that you might have, we would appreciate, though I honestly would rather just not know things now. I would rather figure out what this means to us before I understand the implications.
Fair enough. Well, I suppose we'll be back in some time. Sorry, Rena, did you have an answer for about how far?
Yeah, it's been 3 minutes.
I'm
3
actually
minutes.
like literally the map is still loading.
Rena,
It's just-
it's been 3 minutes.
And
Rena.
first of all, it's
Hey.
not been 3 minutes, and second of all, roll 20 is just really, really shitty.
Hey, listen. She responded. You just don't know exactly what she said yet.
I said something, and you were like, "Did anyone
Carrie-
understand that?" And I was
We're
like,
still-
"Oh,
we're still processing.
yeah."
Hold on, sorry, I have a bit of a buffer.
She just said it really strangely in a language
Your
you don't
server
understand.
connection has been interrupted. Blah 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 blah.
I'm sorry, I don't speak.
I'm gonna
whatever that
guess
was.
it's like
Oh.
2 days.
It's
Nah,
each way maybe.
Each way, maybe.
Yeah,
makes
I'm
sense.
assuming because
So we will probably be back within a week.
a week.
Within reason. I don't think it will take us longer than that. It might. We have another conversation to have with an individual a little bit further north. So
I would also.
Like when you're waiting for your fucking cell phone to load and you realize you're on 3G. That's how I feel. That's how I feel right now. You're like, fucking reload. Come on, roll 20. Ah! I have 1 gigabyte internet. Why do your servers suck? Ah! I'm sorry, I interrupted you with my aggravation. Go ahead, Josh.
No, it's fine.
Ophios would probably say, they'll be back. Not sure of us.
well, that depends, I suppose, if you're traveling to Amulta with us or before us.
It's likely we'll travel together.
I mean, that does make the most sense.
But
Mhm.
Ophios will just shrug.
Well, Elijah, would you look at that? We might be traveling.
I wouldn't put too much on it. Ophios does have a point. We may be here for quite a while building allies.
Oh, maybe.
Oscar, you know how slow these diplomatic talks go.
They are painful.
And I don't think Chrysillin's normal tactics will work here.
Does that mean I have to do the talking?
No.
Thank God. All right.
I think these people appreciate honesty.
What?
Oh, so I do have to do the talking.
Well, all right. I'll look to the rest of the group and say, well, we're supposed to report back to the Jaeger. Are you interested in joining us, or do we part ways?
Are
Looking
you
to us.
talking to us or the people?
Yeah, yeah.
You.
Oh, yeah. We're
I mean, we're done with them. They're dead to us and to half their soul.
never coming back. Oh gosh.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
if,
we.
if I mays, I do want to know more about the swords. Is there a book I can borrow before we goes to Jaegers?
No, there is not. And Wilhelm again gives him a bit of a sharp look and says, "He's not entirely wrong with that one.
You seems grumpies.
Please, again, as the visual has stated, there's a lot to process right now, and a lot of different opinions in the past less than an hour since this all happened. There is not a book that you can borrow. There are books on the topic of the sword. Most of it, however, is secret information to our people. Some of it is something that would be willing to be shared, but our books do not leave the library. They're open for all inhabitants of the library. Knowledge is free to all inhabitants of the city. It's free knowledge for inhabitants of the city. And it's also free knowledge for those that are considered allies to Vigil. But they're not ever to leave the library. We have them all cataloged pretty well to keep track of such things.
Yeah, I know. I know your system, baby. I'll say, well, then maybe speak to Vanessa then. My friend here is very interested in this weapon, and maybe he has information that could help you.
Who are you
Dewey
referring to?
Decimal Systems, the Library of Congress, or the Collins classifications, or perhaps the Universal Decimal Systems as far as classifying these books.
You said Dewey, and all I could think of was Scream.
That's interesting. I thought Malcolm in the Middle.
Right?
Yeah.
I thought
never watched
for
that
some
show.
reason I went to piano like solo like right away. I was like,
Yeah.
okay.
No, 100%.
I'm
Thank
just
you, Josh.
simply asking.
I remember seeing
what's
like an
your
episode or two of that and
categorization
thinking this
system?
show's stupid. But I'm sorry. So you what's your categorization? That's obviously a question Ophios would ask. So
I'm
ignored.
asking it anyway because I looked up all of the systems of classifying.
I mean, I would know. I got like a 21 on my checklist.
This is me just annoying Scott. Okay.
Yeah.
No, yeah. But, so, what kind of system was it, Scott?
That Wilhelm actually shakes his head and says, "Vanessa's."
Fair enough.
That's a person's.
He nods.
Yes.
It's Vanessa's secrets.
Fair's enough. Perhaps I will return and maybe then see things, but understands secrets.
Thank you for your time.
Can you point us to Vanessa?
As I said before, we haven't found her yet. We were still assessing the situation as we came across the group of you. If
Vanessa's!
have you wait around about an hour's time, I'm sure we can find her.
What do you all think? Should we wait an hour or should we report back to Jaeger and meet Vanessa on our way back through?
Ophio
Ophios
started
is-
yelling Vanessa.
Oh, never mind. All right. Well, we'll wait. That's fine. Thank you. Should we wait at the front of the library? Is that the easiest place to meet here?
As Ophios walks off yelling Vanessa, the old man kind of like looks over at him and's like
He's-
as watching him.
He's still learning.
He seems to be a bit of a broken man.
Well, as he mentioned, he's lost his memory.
Perhaps a bit more, but I wish him a speedy recovery if one is achievable.
Likewise.
Was it a far fall?
I don't know. I just recently met the man when we were coming down to do the aiding for Vigil here.
I had a brother who once fell third floor window of a building in Paradel. He hit his head on the way down. Blunt force trauma. He was never the same afterwards.
That's quite tragic. I'm sorry to hear.
Yes.
I've fallen off of a roof of a 3-story before. That was rather unpleasant. My condolences to your brother.
Yes. It was intense. He didn't know how to handle such a thing. He had to sit when pissing, otherwise he'd get it all over his feet. It was tragic.
Yeah, that is quite tragic. I'm sorry to hear that. I was carrying somebody at the time, and unfortunately for them, they broke my fall. Yes. Well, again, my condolences to your brother, but
Waiting by the front of the library is probably the best location for you.
I think that's a good. Ophios, we'll wait by the front of the library. They're going to find Vanessa for us.
He's just in the
He's still-
background shouting her name.
He's still yelling.
He'll come around.
Does Rena have the sword out, like, on her? Like, is it on her back, or?
It's not visible.
It's
She's got
also
it with her,
little.
but it's the widow.
it's also real little.
It's like the size of a sword.
It's
You'd
little.
skewer like olives in like a beverage.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
It's
Okay, that sounds really dangerous having a pocket, but.
It's pocket size. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, I know, but like, you sit wrong, and
Josh is just
Here goes my leg again.
Josh is just thinking he reaches into place some pocket pull, and all of a sudden it's like, you know, it
Pocket pull.
smashes nuts like a tree trunk.
you so, talking about. Never mind. So I'm gonna Rena. I want to try something. Can I see the sword? I don't need to hold it. I just need.
Have
to
we
see it.
walked away from everyone
I'm
at
assuming
this
we're
point?
walking.
We're over
You're
by
gonna
the
head
line.
over to the library. Yeah, he does. The visual would say one last thing.
I just ask that, while we figure out details amongst us all, please do not enter the library.
No, we would never, ever.
Of course, we'll wait outside.
Yes.
Is there a bench out front?
Oh yeah.
Perfect. Oscar's just gonna go sit right down on that bench.
Okay.
After a short amount of time, Ophios would return and say, "I couldn't find Sirs."
Oh, that's all right. I'm sure they'll find her and bring her this way.
Ophios. Oscar here likes to play cards. Have you ever played cards?
Oh,
Oscar
you were
pulls
muted
out
when
his-
you said that.
What's our cards?
Oscar pulls out a deck of.
I'll turn to Rena and say, "Can I see the sword?" Now that he's distracted.
Yeah, you can have a look at it. She'll produce the sword and show you. Just
I'm gonna-
at its normal size that she makes it usually.
I mean, you don't even have to do that. Just as long as you can
Oh.
see it. I'm gonna look at it and I'm gonna say, "Octavia, may I speak with you?" And I'm gonna try to summon her.
By the way, it looks
See if I
exactly the
can.
same as the sword that Ophios showed you.
Hmm.
To be clear, when you say summon her, you're gonna use your ability.
Yes, yeah. Come
Hey,
on,
Kylie. 17 out of 18. What?
Yeah, 18
You want to
ICT.
explain how you got a 24 out of 18?
Oh,
Genetics.
I can show you that actually.
Got added.
Oh, we
it's
put the
a
wrong-
Zero.
I
It's a
see.
0 and yeah.
Yeah,
But it only
I just
works for
noticed.
very specific people, you see. Scott
Mm-hmm.
has it coded so it only works for him and Doxy, like a dick.
He just logs into the Daelric bot and puts it.
It's all right.
himself.
He only created that after I rolled it and got an 18 on my only roll that I've ever rolled for hot.
Rolled better than me, Messy.
No. Just for people that don't know Fantasy Age,
Mm-hmm.
what my role is, I have doubles, which are required for you to get stunt points. But the actual number of stunt points is the last die.
Yeah. So in this case, that's 2 stunt points on the doubles there.
I just don't understand why it didn't display.
What did we do for cards, Josh? For
I
did we
think you
roll?
guys just did like a
Did we roll
3d6 or something
5d12?
like that.
it was just a straight 3d6 roll. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because it was
Scott.
just a contest. It wasn't.
yeah.
Scott,
Yep, I'm here.
What should we roll for cards?
It doesn't really matter. Cause
Roll 3d6, Tyler.
all right, so my apologies. You're trying to summon her. You absolutely do summon her, no problem.
I rolled a 7. You
All right, because I was
I
curious how
rolled
this would be able
6,
to.
and a 3.
Yeah, you win. Why is everyone so good at cards? Just. Ugh. I thought you said you'd lost your memory. Why can't I beat you at cards?
I'm just gonna simply say, "What's their cards? How did Sai wins?"
Oscar really does always lose.
I do, yeah. No matter who I'm playing against in cards, I always lose.
I'm gonna look to Rena and I'm gonna say, "Do you see her?"
I mean, can I see anything, Scott? I
You don't see
imagine
what
I've
he's
just
talking
seen the
about.
sword.
Yeah.
Okay. You say, "Okay."
Shake her head.
All right. So she's changed. I'm just gonna sit down now. I'm gonna say, "Can you tell me about your sword? Can you tell me about your people?" And I just let her unload on me while we wait.
No.
Okay, well that's a letdown of an unload. I want to help you. I want to help your people. But they're hesitant like you are. You've seen my will. You see my desire. It's not to hurt you. It's to help. I want to give you land. I want to give you a place that you can call your own and a battle that you can fight.
We have land. We have a place that we can call our own. And we've had battles that we've fought.
Can I hear her?
Unfortunately, not anymore.
Okay.
Yes, you have this stretch of land, and what you built here is impressive. But it's small change compared to the good that you could do to free all those people, to help all those people in Yovance.
The people of Yovance deserve a better life, but it's not necessarily our place to provide it for them. It's also not necessarily a cause that everybody would want to pick up and fight for. We have built a safe place for our people. We have built our walls. We have trained our citizens so that we may guard ourselves against those that would bring ill to us, to bring harm to us. What you're asking is to take those people that have fought and trained, that have dedicated their entire lives to peace, and having them take their training, take all of that and bring it to war.
Yes, that is the truth.
Why would we do such a thing? Why would we risk our own lives? We fought Paradel. We left and we won. Why would we do that?
Because Paradel, you didn't win. You delayed. Paradel is a wrecking ball, and it's going to keep going and going until it consumes everything.
As they have for hundreds of years. We removed ourselves from that narrative. We are not conquerors. We took lands that belonged to nobody. We tamed it. We kept it conservative. We're not expansionistic. We could have stretched out. We could easily, with our ways, have owned all the lands between the rivers, from the northern reaches of Adir to the edge of Paradel, down to the lakes that are here. We didn't do that. We chose a location, isolated from everybody else, with our own food source. We would only step outside of our city walls for a small amount of trade with the nearby towns, because it's good to have commerce. It's good for the people of our place, it's good for the people there, and it helps to garner allies in a time of ill. That worked, for the most part, in our favor.
You're not wrong. I understand, and you're smart, and your plans are intelligent, and they're not greedy, like Paradel. But the problem is, while you're safe, all those out there aren't. And your people can change that.
That still doesn't answer the question. Why should they risk their lives for a battle that is not theirs, to give up everything they fought for?
I don't know. That's what I was hoping to find the answer by learning more about your people. I was hoping to find out more so that maybe when I talk to them, I could show them the respect that they deserve. Also, why did you not bond with her? Why did you... By the way, Rena, you can hear my end of the conversation.
I'm literally just listening to you, trying to piece it together, but probably failing at times. But as soon as you bring this up, she's paying a little bit more attention.
Yeah. I'm going to say, why did you not bond with her? Why did you pick the sword? Is there something that you need? Is there something that you're holding on to? I don't want you to be trapped here forever.
She doesn't have what it takes to be the vigil.
What did she say?
I'll reply what she said. And I'll say, yeah. So you'll only bond with the vigil, then?
I'll only bond with somebody who's worthy of it. She is not.
What's she saying?
She doesn't think you're worthy to be their leader.
Yeah, she's probably right.
Would you know who if you saw them?
As you're asking the question, you see her face. I don't know really what it does, but you see her react in some way. Her expression won't change much, but there is a reaction. And she would nod.
Someone who's dedicated. Someone who makes a decision and sticks to it, despite the consequences that might come from their actions against themselves. Someone with dedication. The heart of a lion. That's what I would need.
The heart of a lion. All right. Meta-wise.
Very specific. She's
But,
like,
right.
oh, I know who I want. His name starts with a K. Huh.
Kevin? Kevin? Kevin!
And ends when
We
excuse
left
me?
Kevin at home. We went on
Kithel?
vacation without him.
Wait, you're missing Kithel. Period. Like.
He's a rock, not a lion.
He's sturdy. Since Rena it kind of is involved in this conversation, I'll relay to her what she says, and I'll say, "Can I help you find that, or can Rena?" But she won't be able to communicate with you.
I have nothing to say to her. She has her cause. I have mine.
I'll look to Rena and go, a bit stubborn.
You realize when you speak to her, I can still hear you.
Yes, I'm being honest. You know what you are.
Damn. Okay.
I'll say.
Are you sassing a ghost again?
What? What?
No, actually, I'm just
don't
talking to
worry about
myself, and I totally got Rena in on this now.
Oh, okay. All right.
I'll say, if I'm around and you see them, do your best to communicate with me. I will try to relay what I know to Rena. But you chose her sword. It is her choice.
I understand the implications of my actions.
If you change your mind, let me know. And I'll dismiss her.
Yeah, he's literally like, no! That's what I imagine. I just watch him do this, like, here, okay, fine, bye. And I'm like, okay, all right, put the sword away.
Elijah, what kind of trickery have you been teaching this man in terms of cards?
I gave him his first flip phone. Oh, cards. Sorry, I thought you were saying something about Josh being sassy. I was just gonna be like, whenever he hangs up calls, he slams that bitch.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that too. Fair enough.
Oh, it's her again.
Even if I taught him cards, he wouldn't remember it. So this
I
is
miss
just
flip
blind
phones.
luck.
I used to always use my phone for opening beer. Always. Like, that was my beer opener. You just grab the beer and you just kind of like grab the phone and just go like, you know what I mean?
Can't you just like?
I mean, they were
smash
strong
the top?
enough.
They're not strong enough. Those old school. I remember a Razor was strong as hell.
A Nokia phone.
Nokia, all those. Yeah.
Yeah.
I use those for opening beer.
Even the blackberries were pretty sturdy.
Always been this bad at cards.
Serena, we're in a predicament. I kind of screwed you over, and I apologize.
It's okay, I'm used to it.
I didn't realize she was going to do that. My intentions was to empower you. You and Ophios and Elijah seem to be on a mission and adventure of your own, and you could use whatever help you need.
Can she still hear us?
Probably. But she's not here right now. I dismissed her.
Well, luckily for you and her, I know exactly the person that she's talking about.
Do you? That would be helpful.
It's not as simple as giving this away. She would gesture toward the sword. But let me speak with them first. I'm sure we can figure something out.
Again, it was no ill intention on my part. I'm sorry.
You didn't
Jesus.
expect this to happen. It's understandable.
Yes, and she's a very stubborn woman. I'm actually happy for you that it didn't work out the way I originally thought it would. And I gestured towards the people wandering around aimlessly.
I am too.
Sorry, Laszlo, do you have a problem with stubborn?
Obviously not.
That's what I thought. Carry on.
And I'll just wait, because, I mean, he's not going to pry into Rita's business. He'll just sit there.
She said I'm just gonna go talk to them, so I'm gonna do that. She would go to walk towards Elijah and Ophios. I imagine Ophios is in the middle of a card game.
He's kicking my ass at cards right now, and I'm not happy about it.
If she comes over and you say that, yeah.
And the whole time, he goes, "What's happening?"
She'll look to Ophios and say, "You're winning?"
Huh?
I don't know how. I do not have any idea how this is happening.
She'll lean over and say, "Please tell me you're betting."
Oh, I don't have that much money.
Damn.
Ophios goes, "What's bettings?"
Never mind. I need to speak to the two of you.
I'm
Looks at
assuming
Oscar.
not me. I'm going to let you be on your own here. Oscar will take his cards and take the ones out of Ophios' hands. And we'll come back to this another time.
Sounds good. Seems fun.
Glad you enjoyed yourself. Glad someone did.
Anyway, he walks off, and I'll say to them both, so obviously you two know what happened with the Lady Vigil here.
That she's not Pierce?
If she's bound to the sword.
Oh, right.
Well, the reason she didn't bond to me, as she was relaying to Laszlo, was because we are incompatible. I think I mentioned that before, but she did say specifically who she'd be compatible with. And honestly, they don't know that I understand the odds of this happening, but it's likely that it's Cadis.
Who's Cadis?
And I'm speaking low. Like, I assume you two are far enough away that you can't hear us speaking.
But also, Ophios just goes, "Who's Cadis?"
Would Ophios remember him, though, from the temple?
The temple?
Yeah, because he was there the second time.
He would say, but he would still ask, "Who's Cadis?"
That's fair.
He doesn't necessarily know who Cadis is. He just knew Cadis was there. Just like he doesn't know who Rayron is, but he knew Rayron was there.
I'm looking to Elijah.
Elijah.
Yeah, I
Elijah.
don't remember where Cadis said he was
Elijah.
going.
He did tell you
sorry.
when you guys
Yeah,
split,
no-
when you split off from him in Hodgwen. He said, "I'm heading to the keep to the north to fulfill a promise that I made before." He explicitly told you guys that.
explicitly.
Yeah.
Do we know what the keep of the north is?
And
Which
Jaeger
one's right there?
told us where it is, so I know where it is.
Okay. Is that on the way?
I suppose that's where we're. No, it's out of the way.
Depends on the direction you want to go, because there are multiple directions you can go, as was also told to you by Jaeger. Because Jaeger told you guys can head, west, or you can head north. There are multiple options to go where you're planning to go, so. Either way, go ahead.
So he's north of here.
So there is a path, is what you're saying. It's just not the path we were going to take. Okay.
I'm very confused.
Yeah, I don't think we understood like where we were headed after this. I thought we were going north already.
Where's Amulta from?
Amulta is
North.
like northwest.
Well,
More
wait,
west,
is it
some north.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
okay.
like northwest
Yeah.
west.
Northwest west. Yeah.
Yeah, west, northwest, yep.
I was gonna say it was.
Okay.
I thought it was
Bala.
direct west from here, but that's fair.
That's
it
what
is
I
in-
thought too, so that's why I was confused.
So it is a bit out of the way, but I feel we should probably see this through.
And where are they headed?
Back to Amulta.
Immediately?
No,
Is-
I don't think so. Probably to
Is
meet up
this-
with Chrisellen.
No, we gotta go. We gotta go
And
talk to
Jaeger.
Cadus. We gotta go talk to Cadus. We got a thing that we need
Oh.
to talk to him about.
Is
Wait,
this-
so that's why I thought we were going there already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna come back.
Yeah, then
So
we go
you
come
guys
back.
probably
Oh.
Yeah,
wait for
Yeah.
We're not coming back.
Yeah.
yeah.
But so is Cadus not coming here?
We have to go to him.
No, we're going to him.
I thought he was coming here.
So we
and
are
that's all
already
that.
going to him. Is
Yeah,
that
we're already
what?
going.
Okay,
Okay,
so then,
cool.
so that's what.
there you go.
Right,
Yeah.
that's what we say.
Awesome.
But she's just asking for your opinion.
On what exactly? Whether we go to Cadus or not? I'm still missing what.
So,
thumbs
so
up.
I'm saying
You're doing great.
the sword wants to be with Cadus. Is what I'm saying.
Okay.
Lady Vigil.
Rena, you said that you're going to be good at transferring information down the line. Could you get better at this? Could you get better at this? Do I have to yell through you to tell them what's going on?
Is that Daelric?
Scott,
Nope.
what are you
No,
saying?
don't
Hold on, what
worry
are you-
about it.
What are you saying, Scott?
Jake, you're making too much noise, dude.
Okay, Tyler. So here's the thing.
Yeah,
It's Lady Vigil in the sword. Remember the growing sword?
yeah, I get
Yeah,
that.
yeah. So she wants to be with Cadus
Okay.
specifically. Yeah. So we're going there anyway. So what do you think about us?
There's a
giving her
wrinkle in the sword?
Him the sword.
So you're asking Ophios what he thinks about giving Cadus the sword.
Yes.
All right. Ophios
He
would
got it.
simply says,
I actually contemplated doing it once before, which is funny.
yeah, he'll simply, which he doesn't remember, so he'll simply ask, does Ophios trust Cadus?
She'll make a little bit of a face, like disappointed, but she will say, you trusted him enough. But he's helped us get this far anyway.
Perhaps once I see him, I would know better answers. Is that acceptable?
It's fair. We do have 2 of these.
And he'll say, yes, and pull his out.
Yeah. Yeah. No, you don't have to. Anyway,
Sword fight.
I just wanted to tell you both.
What did you tell us?
Never mind. We're good. Let's go.
Still can't believe he beat me at cards, Laszlo. He has no memory. How did he do that?
He has no memory. He was an egg, they said.
Are you ready to head out?
Oh,
We're waiting for Vanessa for Ophios. He had questions.
That's
yeah.
right.
Excuse
I-
me. I was told to come and speak with the 6 of you.
Hello.
Hello. You see a woman walk up to you. She is, I mean, honestly, just an attractive woman. In her, I believe.
Roll for hot.
30s.
Yep,
Roll
roll
for
for
hot.
hot,
You know,
chat.
she's already enrolled for. She's already enrolled for.
It doesn't count. It doesn't count because it
How
was
hot does she
Kingmaker.
look today?
Yeah, this is a different day.
Yeah. The gray skin might be great for her complexion. We'll see.
God. Who wants to roll for hot? Chat. Someone roll for hot. Roll for hot. Roll for hot. Roll
For,
for.
hot. For Vanessa.
Just
Fine.
She looks fine, everybody.
Oh, it's a bad hair day.
Thank you, Joey. Joey's the creator. So, 14 out of 18. She's pretty good looking still. The complexion still works for her. And it's Kylie. I'm sorry, you got a 7. You just dropped yourself by 10 points. Ouch. Moving on.
Rough, honestly.
Yeah. Oof. So, anyways, so the she attractive woman. You can tell by her clothing, even with how much time they spent on the boat and everything. She's very well put together, but in like a conservative sort of way. Not like one of those looking good, like what's her name always does, Chrisellen always does. Anyways, so she was walking up to you. She does have the pale complexion, the hair changed, and all the other stuff like discovered beforehand. But her tone, her voice, seems a little bit different than the others. Doesn't seem as washed out. She says, "I was told I needed to come and speak to the group of you, 6 of you."
Well, need might be a strong word, but we appreciate it nonetheless.
Who's ours use?
My apologies. My name is Vanessa Meshtes. I am the librarian, the keeper of the knowledge here in Vigil. Of
Yes,
course,
I was shouting about you. Did you hear Smeese?
I did not. I was occupied at the time. I imagine you wanted to have conversation. I'm sorry that they made you wait outside of the library. If you don't mind, you can come in. I'm typically the one that has full authority to permit people in. You're welcome to come in if you'd like.
Wonderful. Thank you.
She opens the door and walks in and allows the 6 of you to come walking in as well. Mog looks annoyed. It's been taking forever. He's still here. Goes walking in.
Could have left any time, Mog.
Mog, would you want the whiskey?
Actually, that's a good point.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm out.
We need to get rid of this thing that we've been carrying for.
My apologies. He has a southern accent, so he's not as refined of a gentleman. I prefer bourbon. I don't know what good stuff
they
is.
wouldn't. It would be grandma's wine, bro. It's not. But
Well, you can have some if you'd like. And I'll just hand him the cask anyways.
Yeah.
And Laszlo, every time I'm in an Amultese city, I refill it, man.
that's why it lasts forever. Oh,
That's why it lasts. Every time I'm at a barracks, I get more Amultese whiskey. That's why. It's part of my restock. I go in, I restock on jerky and whiskey, and that's it.
Entry necessities.
Yeah.
So without thinking, Laszlo's gonna walk over to like her inventory book, and he's gonna say, "Ophio, my friend here, wish to learn more about your customs, mainly your leadership inheritance."
Not
Okay.
leaderships, just swords.
My apologies.
About swords.
A few details first. First and foremost, you seem comfortable here. And secondly,
Here's
I don't
where's.
know any of your names.
Oh, I'm Ophios. Hi.
Hello.
I'm Laszlo Hennegar, and
Oscar
I have
McLaughlin.
been in here before.
She nods, slowly understanding that, but saying nothing. You said Oscar, the other two?
Yep.
Rena.
Ophios. Oh, yeah, he said it. That's math. I'm dumb.
I'm Elijah.
Ophios, Rena, and Elijah. I know those names.
When this happens, I hate this. Oh no.
What, your fame score? You just
Yeah.
pinged
No,
off.
you don't know us. He doesn't
Rena
know
killed a
us.
lot of people, guys. Usually it's not good when we get recognized, but go ahead.
You
know that-
led a rebellion in the north.
See, that's what I'm
Why can't
talking
you bring
about.
this
It's
up?
when this happens.
Well, Oscar pinged.
Is this true?
Aliens. Renas.
What did you say?
He's like rebellions in a questioning tone and
sound
then
quiet.
said arenas. I said rebellions in a questioning tone and then said
Much
arenas.
better.
That
Much
was
better.
loud.
Much better. Clear as clear as a whistle.
So
She
Rena,
just carefully nods to her.
she says, well, in that case, thank you. I genuinely appreciate what you were able to do for our friend Erwin.
You know Erwin.
Erwin is the carrier of our sword. He is from the city.
Fucking die.
Roll intelligence, Ophios. That's a big freaking thing.
Yeah.
All right, I'll roll intelligence, sure.
That would be a whole battle you might remember.
An 11. I'm gonna luck it anyway. 14.
Hey, you actually do remember Erwin. You remember the battle. You remember a lot of stuff about it. Not all the details, but you remember it. You remember the sword. You know, he wouldn't fight with the sword. Like, he had two swords, and one of them looked way more badass than the other one, and he wouldn't fight with it.
Did he stabs the swords into the grounds when he healed peoples?
Yeah, I think that was him. But she spoke about him as if like he's still alive, obviously.
You guys remember him getting captured?
Right.
I'm
She'll
gonna
ask
put on a
her.
footnote here that I was not part of the rebellion, so I don't remember this.
Yeah, he wasn't.
Um,
Actually, no, you were there
No,
for that.
you were there at the
You-
end.
yep,
That was you.
Definitely helped.
You
with-
remember?
You're right.
He was
Yeah, you're
right.
the building where
Yeah.
you missed every fireball throw was the one where he
Yes.
knocked down the.
I was thinking
Yes.
the roof that you guys couldn't get
Yep.
up on.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
Yep,
oops.
yep.
Yeah.
You,
Oh, that's
We're
how we-
invisible?
oh,
That's how we met
Cadis.
Cadis.
Erwin right
Yeah.
after Yondas died.
You know, I gotta say, Cadis looks better now than he did even when we first met him. He's in great
He
shape.
was invisible when he first met him. So.
Don't listen. You say it's Arena, and Rena's like, I know.
No, she is not canon. Sorry.
Ooh,
Not kidding. Oh, well, the speaker of cannons.
speaker.
And that's with two N's.
Yeah.
But not three, so we're good.
She will ask Vanessa, do you know Erwin's whereabouts?
I do. You're friends with Erwin then? You don't know. He got free from his captivity. Friends of his, people that he's worked with in the past, a few others, Melik and all the other names I don't remember, Durat and another, I can't remember all the names off the top of my head, my apologies. They went back and they freed him from his captivity.
That's good news then.
It's incredibly good news. He's heading west. He said that he needed to spread the word, the information that he had learned about these creatures called Lopers.
Where exactly west?
He was heading to Amulta.
This man knows of creatures called slopers. There was a clear pause when he almost just said lopers and instead decided to say creatures called lopers.
I came in like a cannonball.
Oscar,
Seems everyone's going to Amulta.
and the sloper issue might be something we should worry about. Also, Lady RCM asked me to summon a specter to find out about this Melik person. She knows of him. They are allies.
Rena, Ophios, Elijah, we're going to need to speak with you in depth about the Lopers. At some point. Doesn't have to be here, doesn't have to be now.
Turning back to Vanessa. So what knowledge do you have on them?
It's very limited knowledge, very limited that I understand. It was information acquired by a gentleman by the name of Durat. Again, an ally of Erwin's. Durat had discovered some of this information a long while ago. He had learned about these creatures when he came across a clutch of lizard people that the Lopers were trying to destroy. The details are very limited, and I honestly don't remember all of them off the top of my head. I could probably find the letter and refresh my memory, but
That would be great, actually.
yes, if you don't mind, if the six of you don't mind entertaining yourselves. I don't have any refreshments to offer, but I'm sure you don't mind waiting for several minutes.
We can wait.
We know a Durat.
You say that out loud?
Yeah.
She looks at you and raises an eyebrow. The hobgoblin.
Yeah. He nearly hit me in the head with a rock. But
I'm sorry to hear that.
no. He was aiming at the person beside me.
He saved our lives.
He was an ally in that moment. It was just a little too close for comfort. But no, we met him very briefly, but he seems to actually be quite familiar with our friend Chrysalin.
She nods and says, I'm not familiar with who this Chrysalin might be, but it seems as though you friends have mutual friends. Small circles, I guess.
Suppose so.
Getting smaller by the second.
Is that a short joke? And Laszlo just smirks.
Goes over her head.
I didn't mean. I'm sorry.
You don't need to apologize.
Small world after all.
He's making a joke at his own expense because he thinks it's very funny, and it is quite humorous, Laszlo, by the way. Well done.
It's not when you talk about it.
Yes, I'm aware.
And she goes.
Okay, she goes.
Okay.
You guys can speak more freely because she's not around.
So just to get this straight.
What are lizards, peoples?
Okay. All right. I have no idea. So just so we're getting this straight, you are familiar with this fellow named Erwin, who is related to this individual named what was that, Laszlo?
Rat?
Malik.
Malik?
Oh, Malik.
Who is also then related to Durat. We need to know about Malik for Lady Arcium. You need to know about Erwin, and we know a Durat. Just to be clear here, that's 3 people that are closely connected, who somehow all of us have a connection to.
Don't forget about Tristan and...
Oh, yes, and Tristan and Rayron.
That bastard deserves to die.
Oscar actually kind of chuckles a little bit when he says chosen and then Rayron.
But none of that's important. We may know a lot of people in common, but if there's
Lopers fighting lizard peoples. Weird.
Yeah. 15, do I know about lizard folk in Daelands?
You know the lizard folk of the Daelands, yes.
I'll just say that there are a group of people that live in the Daelands. They're humanoid but reptilian at the same time. It's an odd mixture.
God, can I roll a check to see if I know why they would attack lizard folk?
Well, didn't Aslan tell you?
Those are snake folk.
He's
confused in the fact that she called them lizard.
Slowco and lizard folk are not the same.
Oh, I thought that was. Oh, sorry. I thought they were just using like.
I think I know what she meant is that Erwin thought they were lizard, but really they're snake, and that's what I think is the truth.
To answer the question, you know that there is a sort of looking for a refugee camp of Lopers in the northeastern region of the continent. Over that country that exists over by that refugee camp that exists is the Daelands. In the Daelands, there are tons of lizard folk that live there. She might be referencing something to that. You would know that kind of information because you've heard it not too terribly long ago, and it would have filtered in as random thoughts.
Okay. That's still peculiar as why they would attack lizard folks.
Lizard folk are clan-like. They're probably protecting territory. The Lopers that I know of, I don't know if they're the same that you're speaking of. The Daelands gave them gave them land, a place to live.
Lopers are bats, Laszlo. Very bats.
I'm starting to expect that, accept that that's true.
I'm going to need a bit more of an explanation than that, though. Why? What have they done? Who are they? What do they do? How do they operate? If we are seeing them potentially move to Amulta, that's something that we need to know so we can pass that information on to the crown.
Strives to controls everything's.
No.
Powers is their purpose.
Great. So like Peridot.
Oscar, I was actually headed to Amulta to tell the crown of my findings. I can share with you what I know.
Well, I mean, you are heading to Amulta sooner than we are. I would still appreciate knowing, but if you're going to report, Elijah, then by all means. I wouldn't want to take that report away from you.
All I have.
You have more than that, I'm sure. But...
Yeah, 14 years of experience in 5 seconds.
Elijah's nose. Elijah's nose.
What about Elijah's nose?
No. Elijah's. He knows.
Oh, I understand. Elijah.
He was in temples with us. And that
This
person-
time temple that you spoke of before.
Yes. Elijah's. Go on.
We were there with Raven, actually.
Still don't know whose that is, but got eaten by slimes.
Oh, he's
yes.
Well, you
one
were
of the chosen. He was eaten by slime?
Why would a chosen, a leader of a nation, be traveling into
That
a temple?
seems very
Irresponsible. It's
Yeah,
very
it's very
irresponsible.
reckless.
Yes, of course. Yes.
That just seems foolhardy.
I didn't slice him.
Oh, well.
Actually, the interesting thing is that all of the leaders of Adir are not here.
Did they all travel at the same time? Together?
Those
At the
that
same
were at
time.
the temples were, and Ophius would list off the names of the people at the temple.
Ilan,
Ilan, Rayran.
Raven,
Is it Thorn?
no,
Thorn? Corn?
Grishka.
not
What was that
Grishka.
guy's name?
Which one?
The one that was like partially
Jake's
demon.
third character.
Yeah.
Oh, Kroll.
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 Kroll, that's it.
Kroll, and what was the other
Corn.
character outside of Kroll?
Oh, the Emperor. the
Katie-
No,
with us?
there were two halves of Kroll.
yeah, the
Oh,
Emperor.
the Emperor.
Does it say
Yeah.
corn?
Oh,
I see your
Yeah, it said
pretty
corn.
face smashed up against the bathroom floor. Tell me, who do I feel sorry
And
for?
DMCA comes for Scott.
don't you ever wish you could?
Video taken down.
So just to
We
be
both have the last name Davis. I might be him.
that is not true. No. So they all traveled together as the leadership of a nation.
They traveled to
don't
the
s-
Time Temple together. Yes, they actually all left separately, and they're all not in this plane anymore.
Did they travels together, or were they just theirs at same times? I don't know.
They
Might as
traveled
well-
together.
Okay.
This is the group that we're trying to become allies with.
You won't find him here. Raven's in the ooze dimension.
Well, that's just delightful.
Oh, is that why he was eaten
Ilan-
by slimes?
Last I knew,
Nuts, too.
Ilan's either in the negative plane or the positive plane. Honestly, I'm not sure which, but by now he's either dead or not in there anymore. I mean, there's really no in between for him, as you know.
How did they
Oh
travel?
yes, he jumped into the chests.
Yeah.
Sorry. Hold on. He did what
Oh.
now?
Oh, feels.
What?
You were talking about a magical chest too, right? At some point.
We've talked about the magical. Yes, we've talked about a magical chest. I
Yes,
wasn't
the one I
aware
was
that-
given to. I was given a
Yes,
chest by a stranger.
Well, Ilan also had one, and we have one.
Oh,
And Ilan decided to jump into the chest, and
So-
he.
it seems we have another
gone.
mutual friend, Laszlo. If you can call it that.
The Arbiter.
Oh, is that what he's calling
God.
himself?
the chests
He is.
are friends.
Laszlo.
Wait, I don't know about the Arbiter. Do I know about the Arbiter? Did Alan tell you
Yeah.
about that?
Oh. I thought I did.
The Arbiter is actually a very quickly known, like Elijah would know of it back home. It's a religion that's sprouting up.
What I know that the Arbiter gave Ilan that chest, though. I don't know if I know that.
Uh-huh.
I don't remember
We
him telling us
didn't
that.
know that. No.
The only
Okay,
thing we
never
saw
mind.
was like there was a statue of the Arbiter there.
I know we saw the statue. Yeah.
So you wouldn't know who gave us the chest. You would just
yeah,
know
no,
we have
I
one.
don't think I would know.
Do you? The reason I have the abilities I have is because I met a shadowy figure one night, and he blessed me with this sight. And then he gave me that chest.
It sounds a little suspicious, actually.
Right?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, it
Thank
was
you.
suspicious. It still is. I thought he was a servant of Lady Winifred. But I'm
And then when
starting
you
to
say that, you actually hear like the footsteps coming back as Vanessa says, "Lady Winifred, what do you have to say about my goddess?"
Oh my god, she's listening the whole time?
No, she heard that as she walks back
No
in.
privacy.
Who's
Well,
Lady
this-
Winifred's? Ophius would say.
I'll give him a short breakdown of Lady Winifred, and I will say she's
She
also
actually stands there and watches your
it's a goddess I've served for quite a long time.
She looks to you and says, "Oh, you're a practitioner of her faith. Well, it's good for you to know then that this is a holy house of hers."
Right.
Seems to not have
Makes
holes.
sense.
Oh my god.
Anyway,
Holy.
what were
as
you able to
divine.
find?
Actually, a considerable amount more. As I said, I couldn't remember most of the details, but there's a good detailing here. Erwin is thorough with the reports that he writes. So please don't mind me as I have skimmed through it to give you a bit of a paraphrase to save you several hours. You knew Erwin. He's from here. He was here when the war took place. And unfortunately, when Vigil fell, he was discovered to be the one. When the Vigil falls, the sword only goes to one person. The person that's meant to carry it. That's who the sword will give itself to. The sword gave itself to no one, and instead give Erwin the responsibility to carry it until such a time comes that someone is given the responsibility to wield it. That's the man that you encountered, and you encountered him on his voyage, on his pilgrimage to find whoever this person is. Along the way, he traveled with others. The names I had mentioned there, Melik and Durat, are the pertinent ones. Melik is a bit of a historian, friends of theirs. He still lives around here. He lives a town to the south of here, not far off. Durat himself, he's a bit of a wanderer, a free spirit. He's the one that has the information about the Lopers. Previous adventure, if you will, something he had done in the past. According to him, he had traveled with others. Some gnomish man, a member of the Arcane Congress, and one of those mushroom people that we've seen prop up recently, like mice in the tender is to the north. Everybody hears like a doof, 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 doof. No.
Can I roll an intelligence check based on those
Not yet.
things?
So she says, in the experience with the three of them, they came across an incident where, in short, a man in a bar was assaulted by a snake. A large, very large snake, which doesn't exist around here, attacked the man to the point where he wasn't able to be saved. He died. After being examined, the member of the Arcane Congress, the gnome, was able to discern that man wasn't as he seemed. He wasn't Perrin, but in fact something else. Something that looked like an old Perrin that hadn't aged. It's a strange description to say the least. The snake, by their actions, was chased out of the place, and near where they found the attack came from, they found a bunch of clothes lying there on the floor. They thought it to be someone that had the magical ability to transform themselves, like some druids are said to do, or whatnot. Those with incredible magical capability. After hunting for some time, they came across a cavern, working with local authorities, and inside they found many eggs in the place. There were many eggs that belonged to these snake people. They were also found another person, described as I just did to you, like a Perrin, old but not aged, lying dead on the floor. As an act of trying to cleanse the place of these violent snake creatures that they've come to discern can transform between being man and snake. They smashed all of the eggs that they encountered, the entire hold of them, aside from apparently one. The mushroom person that was with them chose to keep one egg and brought it with them as they left. They parted ways shortly thereafter and didn't know each other much more. That's the information I have on those people, and nothing else on them. There's also other information of encounters they had with Syl and so on. And Rena, most importantly, you had the sword in your hands. You were able to use it to heal him at one point. That's what his report says.
I think I remember that.
Rena's put on the
like,
spotlight turns on.
Yeah, I was there. Yeah. I'm pretty sure I did that. I'm trying to remember that specific part.
Mm-hmm.
I
I think you like broke through a wall with him on one shoulder or something like that.
Yes.
And you had the sword.
By the way, Ophios, no intelligence check needed. That description is what you walked into on your session 0. You fucking remember everything.
Oh.
And you remember Durat was involved. Oh, you remember everything of your session 0. That whole thing, your upbringing, your clutch. You remember all of that fun stuff. You remember walking in and finding all the eggs smashed everywhere and finding out that apparently one went missing later on, being told by Ophelia that one went missing later on. Oh, you remember all those details. And you're being told that both the Mushroom Man and somebody by the name of Durat was involved in the gathering of these eggs. Oh, and they're friends with Durat, or at least know somebody that knows who Durat is. Oh yeah.
I'm not
We're in
Arcane Congress.
danger.
I'm not an Arcane Congress.
We're in danger.
Scott, I rolled a stealth to try and be able to look over her shoulder as she's paraphrasing it if it was in her hand.
No, it's not in her hand. Yeah.
Okay,
she's just
then
like,
never mind.
it was
That's
too
stealth.
long to, yeah.
I need to roll a will save.
Can I anticipate this?
Hold on. Give me a sec. It's not a 20.
Can I anticipate this, Scott?
You very visually see as this story is being told, you can see him getting angrier and angrier.
I would be watching for his
angrier.
expression the whole time. So if I saw it
His
escalate,
sword summons to his hand.
I will remove him from the building. What do I have to roll for that? Strength?
Technically, you're doing like I imagine like an arm through arm kind of grapple, like almost like a officer takedown of like somebody that's about to get disorderly. So you could do an athletics check.
Okay.
Tears start to flow down his face.
Do snakes have
as
turnips?
he enters his rage. Well,
his
illusion.
disguise. Yeah.
The illusion.
Is there something wrong?
Okay, hang on.
And she's
Athletics,
like,
he said?
It's quite apparent. It's not well hidden at all. I need to oppose that.
No, you already. Well, okay. I rolled it. Can you not see it?
Can you restore that luck?
Why?
Because I don't like the idea of using luck in player v player.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you want me to take that off?
No, she used luck. It's cool. You are.
I mean, there's one left in
She's
there.
gonna remove
It's
him.
not gonna matter.
Yeah, she's taking him out. Not, just removing him from the building, leaving as fast as we can.
Ophios, technically you have a win for wisdom, just so you know. But
What? How is he gonna?
I used that last session.
No, you got one this time, but I don't think you would have.
Okay.
You would use that for this, anyways.
Yeah, but he would do this.
So yeah, you grapple him, and he's like,
To where?
You pull him for a bit, and he disappears and reappears in front of Laszlo in his face.
Then I will. Okay, I'm gonna have to run over to him and use the
He's
cape.
in front of Laszlo with the sword out. Oscar is directly stepping in front of Laszlo's shield and spear. There's no, Oscar will step between you and.
I mean, Laszlo would step back, obviously, in shock.
Yeah.
Like,
okay.
okay.
As this is all building up, and people are saying that, she's like, hey! This is a holy place. These books are old and hard to maintain. If you need to kill each other, do it outside.
Ophios?
Why are we killing each other?
Can you put the sword away?
Durats?
We met him once in a town in Paradel. He hit a gnome on the head with a rock.
He was
defending us. That's all I know.
Where is he?
No idea. We both parted ways after that.
You called him the friends.
I would say a friend in that moment is what I said. I have friends in many moments. That doesn't mean they're friends for life. Why do you have a concern? Not you, baby.
He's gonna walk out of the library.
what?
Very profusely and very angry.
In that
Rena,
case,
may I
Oscar
have a
puts
word
this
with you.
Clear away. Sorry, what was that?
Rena,
Yes.
may I have a word with you?
Yes.
Laszlo?
She would look to Elijah though to be like, can you go?
Oscar,
I-
you wanna-
No. No,
look-
Elijah. I said Elijah.
I'll look around at, I'm assuming, papers and stuff that was disheveled from the Misty Step and the falling back and all the commotion. I'll just be like, one second, and I'll start picking up the papers and it's like, I don't understand what just happened. I'm sorry.
Laszlo, just stay in here for a few minutes, okay?
Yes.
Oscar's walking out after.
I am not the gnome. I'll just say it loud. I am not the gnome in that report.
It's
Obviously.
hold on. And then when she has like Rena and Laszlo kind of separated, she says, "Okay, what just transpired?"
I don't know. I looked at
It's just her. I think it's just. Oh, is it the three of us talking?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Vanessa
okay.
And you two. Yep.
He lost a good portion of his memories. I don't know how much he just regained, based on what you were describing to us, but it seems that enough has returned. I do apologize.
What do you believe just transpired? What do you believe he believes happened? He seemed to be triggered by the word of the smashing of these eggs. What does he know of them? Or is he one of those people that looks like one of those aged Perrin?
He's not.
Perhaps
I'm sorry.
Perhaps I should read this report a little bit more fully. It was just a bit of a tome. Will the two of you come with me to my reading room?
Yes.
Arena.
Mm-hmm.
As much as Oscar's a good person, he's not good at speaking. They probably will fight.
I wouldn't be Ophios if they didn't.
Okay.
But I am concerned. He shouldn't be alone.
This is a different kind of fight. This would not be a duel to earn trust.
I know. She was just saying that because there's a multitude of things happening. One, she's happy that he's remembering things. Two, she knows it's serious. Anyway, that's what she says. I'm sticking to it.
I'm gonna grab Rena's hand and I'll say, I can help with the research. This is what I do. You take care of Ophios. He's your friend. And I'm gonna cast a spell on her. I'm gonna enchant her armor. Yeah. So so I don't know how you're gonna translate this, Scott, but she gets a +2 to her armor.
Thank you.
Serena's armor or
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay, thanks. But
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm just gonna say.
as you're saying that though, she'll say, "I need to know what else is in that report."
As I said, let's go into my reading room.
Oh, okay. I mean, her armor is glowing. Like, I mean, it's fine.
Well, no, she's saying that in a. Will you
I'll let
relay
you-
that
I'll
to
let
me?
you know. I
Yeah.
will definitely tell you everything that I find
Alright.
out.
Then she'll leave. She'll leave you to it.
Just a note, Oscar will have run out after Ophios, not charged out.
Yeah. No, you
Run
guys
to
have been
catch him.
outside before.
Yeah, I'm not saying because I want to fight him, because I don't, but it's more just so you know, I did
Wait
actually
up!
if this is season 1 Ophios, you might not have a choice. So,
You might be fighting unprepared.
Well, I mean, Oscar's put his weapons away. He's very clearly not going in as a threatening force right now.
So I'm gonna follow her and I'll help her in any way that she wants. Anyway.
Oh God, that's low.
Lady O.
Yikes.
I mean,
Okay,
Winifred.
thanks,
Yeah, actually,
Vanessa.
she's leaving next weekend. Do you have a pickup? Come and help us lift
She's
the
got
heavy
a
stuff?
couch and stuff. Yeah. Need these boulders out of here.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, I go outside. What do I see?
Well, I mean, I want to have a moment with Ophios first, ideally.
Okay,
If
what
he's
happens
inside.
while we're
All right,
inside?
so
Yeah.
when he gets outside, the sword disappears from his hand, and he's stomping his way out of town towards the closest foresty area he can find.
So Oscar's gonna actually kind of jog out after you, and he's a quick guy. Like he's going to be able to catch up with you unless you're like
He's not
legitimately
running.
trying to running.
He's not running, but he is walking fast. Think angry, trying to get away from a situation,
Yeah.
trying that sort of thing.
I don't know if you know this about Oscar, but his whole thing is running. That's literally the character design. So he's gonna
You catch up to him.
Yeah. So he's gonna catch up and just say, Ophios, hey,
Go
wait for a moment,
ways.
please, please.
Go
Tell
a ways.
me what happened. I just
Go
want
away.
to. I just want to help if I can, please.
This information is not for you.
I don't need information on what happened.
He's actually going to physically turn around and shove Oscar as hard as he can.
Oscar's going to stand his ground and he's not going to budge as much as possible. And he's just going to be like, I understand you're upset. You can see his weapons are very clearly away and he's hands up, not trying to be offensive in any way. Please, I don't need to know what happened to you or what's triggering this. I just want to know you, I'm assuming, are upset at Durat.
That was my family's.
The eggs?
He's going to turn away.
Ophios, I'm sorry. Do you need to talk?
Once more with feeling.
Or do you need to just, do you want to run? Do you want to go for a run with me? Burn off some steam?
I'll show you burning off steams.
Okay, let's go for a run, shall we?
He's going to teleport 30 feet away.
Oscar's
towards the
going to run
forest
after you.
and start going towards the forest.
Yeah, Oscar's going to jog after you. We're going for a little jog, boys.
We know who's gonna win that jog.
Yeah.
Making
I
your
imagine
way
you'd
downtown,
catch up
walking
when you get to the edge
fast,
of the forest.
faces past, Ophios bound. Rena, you go outside.
Oh, I'm feeling the
and you
emotions
see
of
that
my
they're-
character right now, and it's
Oh my
so
god,
bad.
he's chasing him. Oh my god, Rita, you go outside and you see him chasing him.
It's true. You do.
Then I'll run towards them.
She's like, lollipop, lollipop, lollipop.
Let me catch up real quick. God.
Now, did Elijah
I don't think
come
I
out
can
and run
catch up,
after
though.
us?
Elijah's like, I'm getting too old for this shit.
Elijah
hell
said,
no.
"Do not include me."
Yeah, he wouldn't leave the library. He would just hang out in there and wait.
Yeah, fair. honestly.
When Rena turns and
If
like,
she-
walks away, Vanessa would actually look back at you and call back and say, Elliot, what was his name?
Elijah, I believe.
Elijah. If
Yes.
Rena's not coming, do you want to join us?
It's always something. Sure, yeah.
Grumpy old man Elijah, my God.
Oy vey.
He's as cold as ice.
You're as cold as
Sacrifice his time.
Yeah, I was like, oh, willing. I was like, what's the next word? Willing to sacrifice our love. I couldn't remember the word willing. I had to look at the bald guy to remember. So
Hey,
you
now that's my name, and that's my head. How
roll
dare
research.
you make such a connection?
That's my lack of hair.
How dare you?
Do I get any type of aid because of my 22 and like knowing where everything is in this library?
From last time.
She's giving you a book to
Oh,
read.
okay. Oh, it's 13. I'm gonna roll luck. Wait,
Wait,
I have Winifred's wisdom.
you do.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
You may as well.
Help. This might help. What's his face? Yeah. Misty Step Boy. Not better, but okay.
It's a 15. Do you
2
want
more,
to-
15, and luck it, so 18.
That's pretty good.
Her recount was not, because you're doing a quick reading, but still gathering a lot more information than she did. Her recount was not entirely accurate. Actually, it's funny because Durat was talked about, and it was one of those things where Erwin specifically mentions that Durat, Erwin, and Melik were allies, and they were allies with somebody else who Scott can't remember. Must have been the least important PC of the group. I think Xander. Xander,
amazing guy, Xander. Yes, this amazing character
and
that
Xander,
whoever created him was awesome.
I couldn't remember. And Xander, it just clicked when I saw your facial expression. So like, oh, so and Xander, it says it on there, and it says like different information from the different people. It mentions that Durat was the most traveled in a previous adventures or whatever. It actually doesn't even explicitly say that Durat was the one involved with the Loper situation that happened beforehand. However, Erwin, as thorough as he is with his report, he's also not the most keen gentleman, and so he never outwardly said it, but there was enough hints that a third grader would figure it out. You know what I mean? So either way, that's why she put two and two together, but her recount was not accurate, and actually explicitly says that Durat actually did everything in his power to try to save the dying man on the ground, the Loper on the ground, but was too late and unable to save him. It was actually the mushroom that went and smashed all of the eggs except for one and saved the last one and left with it. Durat actually never smashed a single egg because he didn't know what they were, their significance, or anything like that. So he actually was innocent of that matter. It doesn't, just because you know meta and some of the viewers know meta, it doesn't say that the other guy died. It doesn't say anything about the AC guy dying. So just to be clear.
Aww.
Yeah.
My first character, Scott death.
What? Technically
round
round
2. Round 1, he shot me in the neck, and this was like 5 minutes into the fucking session. So I sat the whole session dead. Just
it was I hit you with a critical hit with a longbow times 3 damage. It brought you to -9 HP, and you failed the Constitution check.
I got to play a mosquito.
Oh, yay!
But you were the one that discovered Lopers before anybody else. So
I know.
So he had to kill you.
He actually did say that. He did say, he was like, "You guys weren't supposed to get this."
Now I have to kill you. It's the rules of the DM. It makes sense.
It's a time temple all over again. We weren't supposed to find it.
Rocks fall, Durat dies. Wait.
All right, so I'm gonna keep. I'll point this out to Elijah, and I'll say, okay. Well, it turns out he didn't get all the information. He might want to know about this mushroom person and that AC member. If he's this angry with Durat, maybe we should redirect his anger to who actually caused the issue, whatever. And I'll look to Elijah and goes, whatever his issue is with this situation.
You actually see when you're reading this thing, though, just to be clear, there is more information on the report than just that. That's, of course, the stuff that was important. It actually specifically mentions that there was a sill that when he was broken out of his prison, that there was a sill that had assisted as well.
Casper. Yeah.
A sill by the name of Casper that assisted as well. That was a very specialized, especially trained form of sill. By Erwin's report, this creature was trained specifically to kill peacekeepers. Peacekeepers are identified as what they are in the Arcane Congress, which isn't widely known what they do. To identify what peacekeepers are and what they do and so on and so forth being here. And this is a specialized group of sill explicitly trained to kill peacekeepers because of a massive event that happens about a decade prior in their home. It was from the ashes of that event that this new combative training was designed. That way they can never have something like that happen to them again. And that Syl was trying to find allies to aid them and was heading west to see if they could find anybody to aid them.
This is nice.
Why is everyone going to Amulta?
Because it's where it's at. It's the happening place.
It's
be
the
fair,
happening place.
they've
Welcome to Little Ascaria.
They've been going to Amulta for a while. You know, they're actually might already be there.
I mean, we broke Erwin out last December.
That's not that long ago. That's only oh god, it's almost a year.
Well, if you think about it, in Thronekeeper, you guys play what 15 sessions, and it's like in game 3 hours. So
True.
Yeah. So interesting. It would seem that okay. Elijah, you want to speak with your friend and inform him of this new knowledge. I don't think he's gonna like me so much with his reaction to me giving him this information.
I'll speak to him, but I feel like I'm not going to be the first one to get to him. So
No, Oscar can run. It's pretty much all he does.
yeah, Rena too. I just feel like by the time I show up with the information, it'll all already be resolved, and I'll just like awaken feelings again. So maybe I should
So
fine.
let's just okay. Interesting. I'm gonna turn to Vanessa and I'm gonna ask her about this arbiter person, and we can. You don't have to do that on screen. 'Cause I know.
Actually, some people might need to know what that is. So I'll give you the short version. The Arbiter was apparently a god that was trapped here in Adir, and it was actually through the actions of the Chosen in Valoran that were able to not only release the martyr to allow her true ascension to take place, because she was locked down as a lesser, like a weak, almost like a demigod, to allow her true ascension. It was also their actions that allowed for the ascension of the Arbiter from being a trapped god into what he is now, a growing faith. Sure, he's only been around for about less than a year, but his power is clear, his place is clear, and he's growing. And that when Raven is referred to as a chosen, what he's a chosen of is the chosen of the Arbiter. That's the god that gives him his power.
Yeah. So Elijah left.
Elijah's like,
Laz.
Elijah's like, lore dump, share it with my co-party members. I'd rather not.
Laszlo's gonna break at this because he thought he was being a servant of Lady Winterford with all this ability and magic powers, and he's not. And then also there's a guy hunting him, and so he's just gonna break and kind of unleash on her he meeting the Arbiter and him thinking that it was an agent of Lady Winterford and like all that. So while they go RP.
So when you break, she says, I'm sorry that you are confused with this. I don't know how to help you in this matter. I can tell you that the Arbiter seems to have done well for the people of Kurzfall. They seem to be doing well enough. I would like to believe that Winifred is still with you. Just because one god has turned its attention to you doesn't mean that another has lost its interests. You can embrace both. It's very common in these lands for people to embrace more than just one, right? So, chin up and all that.
He's just gonna be all sulky and quiet.
From simp to emo. Emo
I
simp.
mean, he's always been kind of an emo. Like, I've always kind of played him as like feelings.
Josh, we see your haircut.
Is it, can I do it? Is it this way?
Hey, you just let me know when we get to the scene.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to get it to you guys. so yeah,
I was just humming Black Parade. Don't worry about it.
All right, so yeah, he's just gonna kind of sulk and kind of talk to her about Lady Winifred and stuff, and that's it.
Okay, so you talked to her about that sort of stuff or whatever. And again, there's more details in the report as well.
Mm-hmm.
You're not supposed to be reading such top secret information, but she seems to not mind.
Actually, We don't have to RP it if you don't want to. I'm gonna ask her if she wants to know who she's bound with.
She raises an eyebrow and says, I don't know what you mean by that.
Oh, the reason the specters are gone is because I was able to release them, and the way to safely do it was to bind them to their people, to you. It was their duty to protect you.
Oh. Well then.
That's what happened. That's why everything's safe now.
Well, that's, something.
Would you be interested to know who you're bound with?
Maybe one day. Being a worshipper of Lady Arenda, I certainly am a seeker of knowledge, but some things you don't necessarily want to know, at least not right away.
I understand. I do it anyways. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, it was you kind of go over that and you chat and blah 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 blah.
Mm-hmm.
Back to you boys. One's chasing the other, and the third one's struggling to keep up, and the fourth one is in the ether.
All right.
Fourth
Cool.
one's like hanging off in the ether, just trying to find out like, where am I?
Ophios draws his sword and slams it into
Shink.
a tree next to him. Summons his blade to his side and starts hacking at every single tree he sees in sight with his weapon. This is what Oscar sees.
Yeah. Well,
During-
once
Hold
Oscar
on.
gets to you,
Yeah. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No. If you have
Oh,
something.
I was going to say, during this process, he is just moving full on instinctually out of combat. His movement to you would seem extremely peculiar for somebody who is very much human-like. The way he moves in combat is very different than most bipedal creatures.
More fluid in the upper body, would you say?
Very, very fluid in his form. Almost as if every piece of him has to ebb and flow with everything around him. Much like, well, without knowing it, like a snake.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, the last session we had together, Laszlo called you on your illusion. Oscar, I don't know if you know this about him. He hunts magical creatures. He wasn't going to worry about the illusion, but then when you said that was my family, he's put 2 and 2 together at that point that you're snake person at this point. That's just his Jimmy Jams, one might say. He's most comfortable in them, Scott. You know what I said. So he's going to be kind of approaching you, and he's going to be doing it slowly, weapons not drawn still. And he's just going to walk up and say, it's a very instinctual form you're using.
As you're approaching while he's wailing on this stuff, the hood starts to fall off of his head. And when it does, you see a heavily obscured figure as Ophios is in an insane rage right now. You can see that it's somewhat snake-like when the hood initially falls, but flame-like shadows start to wreath around his body. And basically the light around you dims. Would you say in a forest it's dim light, Scott?
It's not forest here. It's more plains. The forest is if you went past the lake north and over near where the war camp is. That's where the forest is. And
We found a couple of trees here. Yeah.
I went towards trees, wherever a good amount
so
of
to the north, past the lake. Yep.
Yep. Would that be considered dim light?
I mean, no, it's not that dim. No.
Okay. So it just becomes very dark, like darker than it was around him. And as you approach, and when you say his name, he turns around at you with just it's obscured, but his eyes are like glowing red.
Oscar's going to be just walking up to you, and he's going to be doing it very casually. He's not flinching at this. He's not, he doesn't know what you were hiding under the illusions, but he knew you had an illusion on. So he's just like, okay, sure. This is magic. It's fine. But he's approaching you, and he's just going to say, this is how you blow off steam?
This isn't steam being blown off.
No.
This is killing that needs to be done.
Oscar's going to actually reach out to you and put his hand on your shoulder, just gently, and see your reaction to that first.
He would have turned away beforehand, and when you put your hand on him, he was still going at attacking stuff.
Yeah.
He says, I was gone when they arrived. Gone to kill one of them. And they found our home. My people. Where we trained. Where we killed. To be able to kill these creatures that should not be of this place. That should not be of existence at all. The pure evil that they are. They burn the world. They burn everything.
He just keeps his hand on your shoulder. I'm assuming the rage doesn't die down for a little bit.
No, it's a while.
Yeah.
But
He's just-
eventually that fades off of him and he collapses on the ground.
Oscar's actually just going to kneel down in front of you, and he's going to put his hand on your sword and just like push it to the ground. And he's actually just going to give you a hug.
You know, we never tried that.
No. They've never done physical contact as comfort.
Yeah. Oscar just gives you a genuine hug, holds you tight, presses your back, and just starts
When you're
rubbing.
hugging him, you
Yeah.
will suddenly realize he is transformed into a snake.
Yeah. He's just going to keep hugging you. He's not going to react as much
It's
as
a
you would probably
massive
expect
snake.
him to. Yeah. He's just going to keep hugging you. He's not going to react as much as you maybe think he would. Because keep in mind, he's had these little pieces of the story kind of preparing him for this in some way. He's definitely weirded out, but you probably can't tell too much because he's pretty good at just...
Ophios is naked now, by the way.
That's fine.
Yeah, but he's in snake form.
Yeah.
Like his clothes are essentially laying.
Well, I mean,
he didn't
normal-
slither out of his clothes, so they're like still around
They're
him.
like
It's
around
really
him.
weird.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, he's just
So you're hugging clothes,
and
you're
he's
like,
hugging clothes and also
That's
a snake inside
There's a
them.
snake
Yeah.
inside the clothes. Like,
Yeah. Okay.
so like imagine a snake with like a suit of armor, like in its
Yeah.
weird like chain shirt in a weird spot with clothes.
Yeah, Oscar's just
Earthworm
gonna
Jim.
basically,
Earthworm
yeah,
Jim.
it is Earthworm
There you
Jim,
go.
yeah. So he's literally just gonna be giving you a hug and just rubbing your back, or I guess it would be your top side.
So
per se,
Rena, when
yeah.
you arrive, you see Oscar on top of Ophios's clothes
He's literally just rubbing.
and a snake underneath him.
Yeah.
And you see a crap ton of damage to the trees.
Yeah.
His sword still embedded in the one on the entrance that you walk into. And Ophios is in snake form with the clothes still around him, and Oscar kind of laying on top of him.
Well, not laying on top now, kneeling in front of and holding. But
Yeah,
also
no, hold
Oscar's
on.
weapons
Keep
are
going.
on his back, and you watch it. Oscar's weapons are on his back and not bloodied. And you are a warrior and you would be able to see that as well.
Okay, as I'm catching up, I guess, and taking all of this in, I would say in Ophios's language. Yeah, basically his name, and then are you hurt? Shoot shot over.
You would just hear in his language or in snake type form something that sounds like distraught. I don't know how to describe it, but it's like it's almost like it's an irregular breathing.
If he doesn't give me a solid response, I would yell over to Oscar to get off.
Oscar will pat Ophios on the back and say, "It'll be okay." And he's gonna just stand up and step away and just say, "He's had a long day."
You'll see that Ophios's head is tucked underneath the rest of his coils.
Oscar will actually walk up to you and he'll be very, again, non-threatening and just approach and just say, I just gave him a hug.
Did he say anything?
Yes,
What did he say?
that it was his family.
This information does not leave.
Wouldn't dream of it.
So, Queen. I found some
Is
information.
someone
for
else
you.
around?
No,
You hear
Oscar,
that?
Oscar genuinely says, "I wouldn't dream of it. This isn't my business." But Lady Arceum will see through.
I'm used to people finding out about him, but this is different.
How so?
I don't know how much memory he's regained, but this is something that, well, it definitely drives him. The Lopers we mentioned before. Everything seems to be connected, as we're finding out. He just wanted to know if you had anything to do with that. And I don't believe that you did.
I understood. I'm not good at people.
You and I
Never
have
have
that
been.
in common.
Well, he cares. That was driven by passion. It was driven by care. It was driven by emotion. I understand that. I've seen that. I have no reason to bring that anywhere else.
He'll be okay. We just need some time.
Would you like me to leave you two alone, or would you like me to sit with you?
I think it's best if you head back. But again, not even
word.
Laszlo.
Not a word. You know he can put two and two together, though, as well, right? He's
Seems he
smarter
knows-
than I am.
Seems he knows better than to say anything about it. But yes.
Yeah. Look, as much as we're very open people when it comes to what we're doing and what we're trying to accomplish, there's a diplomatic reason for that. We believe honesty begets honesty. And if we're going to be doing what we need to do, we need to be approaching it from a methodology that will garner trust in the people we're trying to ally with. Now, that being said, that's about our business. I don't give a shit about anyone else's business in that respect. It's theirs. This is yours. This is his. You have my word.
She nods to you and turns to walk away.
Yeah, Oscar's just going to head back to town.
Is Irina walking towards Ophios? or-
Yeah, she's walking towards Ophios.
Okay.
She'll actually sit on the ground next to him and say, he's gone now.
He knows.
Knows what? Of you now? A lot of people do.
Of me and my family. Well, at least my clutch. It's not exactly a family's.
I doubt Oscar had anything to do with it. Seems they met this person by chance.
I imagine he would have acted differently with me if he had. He slithers out of his armor and forms up and starts putting his clothing back on. While seated.
We'll figure this out.
I don't imagine anyone can understand what it's like to be hunted and murdered.
I'm sorry. So you must not have regained all of your memories. She'd smile. Ophios, I know exactly what that's like.
He'd look at you perplexed.
Do you remember Yondas?
He shakes his head. No.
I figured that was the case. Well, at any rate, I am not being hunted anymore. That problem has been taken care of. One that Elijah helped with.
Did you have somebody who trained you, Rena?
Some people, nobody in particular. You remember Cadis?
Yes.
We trained together.
Well, no, so I don't remember Cadis, but I remember the face.
That's fair enough. We trained together.
I'm talking about a teachers who saw your potentials. Ones that you bond with in a ways that strengthens you. Hard on you. Very hard on you. Pushes you to the edge of your lives. You see, in our clutch, we fight and kill each other's to earn the right to be able to be what we are.
I gathered that when I first met you.
It's matters of respects. Only by surviving in combat do you then gain trust. Trust in the sense that they have backs.
Do you remember our fight? She'd smile again.
What's fights?
Well, I guess it wasn't much of a fight. I took you down in one hit.
He'd laugh.
Cheated.
Hey, he doesn't remember. I'm gonna take the credit. I'm just kidding.
Something about me trusts you, and I don't fully know why. But would you spar with me? Perhaps
I
that would
would.
ease my mind.
I would. She'd go to stand and give you kind of an expectant look.
He stands, would pull his blade out from the tree.
Are you sure you don't need more time to gather yourself? As she backs up.
I'll be fine.
Well, and then she will actually use the great axe. Go big or go home.
Oh no, you better be careful.
You're using the one that summons, like, pulls their soul from their body?
No!
The great
No,
axe?
the great
Okay.
axe. That's why I specified. Oh no, not that one. That's
Okay,
the
but hear me out.
brimstone.
But hear me out. What if you did though?
No.
I mean,
no.
she's already cheating. Her armor's like.
Yeah, it's not going to be much of a fight. We'll see. And we're obviously not fighting to the death.
As he stood up, you would see he focuses on his some round thing to get my one power spell slot back.
She'll prepare. Yeah, she'll prepare the great axe. What should we roll? Like initiative?
I mean, we don't want to sit here and waste time as the two of you spar each other.
Yeah.
You can,
All right,
We
then
can
let's
do that
roll like
later.
one die.
Yeah,
See
that's
who
fine.
wins.
All right, what are we rolling, Scott?
We'll do best out of 3. My suggestion is just have it be like attack roll for each of you, best out of 3, just for simplicity.
Just whatever we're gonna use.
Yeah, it's just attack roll. Yeah. Oh, that counts as 3 losses. You just automatically lose. Critical failure.
It makes sense. I mean, yeah.
Rita's like, yeah, I know, it makes sense. Critical failure, man. Sorry. Rita,
Haha.
roll that 20.
Look
Rita,
at this
roll
is
that
the
20.
only place that I can do.
Rita, roll natty 20. You accidentally decapitate Ophios because you rolled a 1.
No.
Oh,
Oh,
two.
that's
Not
great.
much better.
That's
And
fine.
yet
That's
still
you-
better.
I rolled a 2.
All right, roll, Rita. You're probably going to win this one. Go ahead. Rolls a 1.
With a 1, she'll still win. It'll still be an 11.
Yeah, automatic failure.
Yeah,
All right.
true.
So we said best out of 3.
I know 4.
Go, Rita. You
Wow.
wanna, well, you're doubling each time at this, you know.
I hugged Ophios and broke him. Oh no.
You beat him by 3. You beat him by 13. You beat him by 11.
Oh man, you know what? Rena, do performance at least, so make him feel
Okay.
like he didn't do so bad.
Natty 1. Natty 1.
performance.
I can't wait for this. This is exciting.
It's not very good.
Ew,
no.
no.
So she's like, "You're doing so well."
Whack.
So.
The thing is, it's Ophios doesn't care about winning or losing right now. If anything, right now, the fact that he's doing so badly makes him see Rena in a different light with relation to his relationship with Ka.
Does he say anything afterwards? I mean, she would help you up, obviously.
I mean, Elijah would probably be walking up. And
Elijah would
Oh, is he
walk
is he on his way
Elijah
over here?
walks up and he's like, I won the fight. It was the best fight. It was a beautiful fight. We fought it beautifully,
No.
and we won.
I'd
All
probably run
fights.
into
You just-
Oscar, right?
Yeah,
get
you'd run
there-
into me. Oh yeah,
Oh,
they're,
okay.
Oscar
Yeah, you were
first.
running to
they're just
Oscar.
hanging out.
And you'd be like, oh, they're fine. Like, great. Walked all the way here for nothing. Okay. Let's go
I
ahead.
mean, do you wanna you could go check on them. That would
No.
probably-
It was the greatest fight.
I mean, they're probably knowing I don't know. I don't know them. Do you think that they're gonna be like doing something idiotic like fighting right now?
Seen all
Yeah.
the fights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Do you want to go? You should maybe go check on them then.
They're
No.
standing in the same field of battle where Grishka and the Vigil fought once.
Oh wow.
Hmm.
And
Okay.
it
What's
turned out to be
symbolic?
the same type. Grisha just dominated. So, I mean,
So, did you find out anything interesting?
Yeah. It turns out the mushroom guy was the one who stomped on all the eggs and not your friend. So, I was coming to
Again,
relay that, but again,
that seems kind of important, to be honest with you. You might want to go relay that.
when they get
All right.
back, right?
They're gonna come back probably,
Listen,
or at least
he,
one of
he
them
just
will.
found out his family was dead. I'll let him. He's got some steam.
Yeah, I gave him a hug.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was an interesting experience.
Yeah. Don't do that.
Well, he seemed okay actually. He seemed to be okay with it, honestly.
Hmm. Well, he doesn't know better.
Yeah, fair enough. But to be honest with you, I think he needed it, and I think he probably needs it more often. I don't know if you were in the business of giving hugs these days, but
Maybe when he remembers his training, he'll be a little more opposed to it.
maybe. Well, who knows?
Who knows?
I'm not good with
Respect
people,
that.
as I told Rena, so I don't know.
Good
What
with the
they
animals, apparently.
Pretty good with animals. I don't know. How have you been?
Oh,
It's been a long
Well,
time, you know.
yeah. For me, a lot longer. I keep saying that.
Yeah, you keep saying that,
I'm
and
a little upset. I'm a
understand.
little upset.
yeah, I can tell. It seems like you're a little bit bitter about it.
Yes. Yeah. Well,
Are you upset because we didn't get to celebrate your 30th birthday?
I got to celebrate my 30th birthday.
You did. Sure. Didn't have sledding.
No, we didn't sled.
Didn't sled. It's,
Yeah. Yeah. I
it's the 40th that's upsetting you.
Yeah, I missed the big 4-0, so
Big 4-0.
to make up for that when we get back to Amulta.
Well, you know, when you get there, just get some 40-year-old, you know, see how it goes. Not people, whiskey.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, now I'm just uncomfortable.
Yeah, well, you know, you did that to yourself, really.
No, that was you.
No, I think it was you, honestly.
No, you.
Do you remember your birthday?
My 20th
Your
birthday?
20th.
Do I
Do you
remember?
remember?
Yes, I remember some of my 20th birthday. Yes, I do remember. Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, I remember we fought something and I got in trouble
Yeah.
for it, and
Yeah.
I was not able to leave my room for 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Yes.
Sorry about that.
Well, I wasn't physically capable of leaving my room for 2 weeks.
Yeah, no, yeah. Big old bird claws will do that, I suppose.
Right. Yeah, fight.
You
Tell you what, let's just awkwardly walk back.
know you saved my
Quietly.
life, right?
Huh?
You know you saved my life, right?
I don't remember that, no.
Well, I appreciate it nonetheless.
How did I save your life? You want to recant the story to me as we walk back into the library?
The bird picked me up. But yeah, we can walk back. And you
Wow.
turned its wings to ice. We both came tumbling down, and I was able to turn it around and land on it rather than it landing on me. And
Is that how we killed it?
well, yeah, I kind of landed on it really hard, and my spear went into it a bit. I think the spear is probably what killed it, but I can't imagine my body weight helped much. I was a little bit heavier then.
Wow.
Too much beer, too much whiskey.
So we survived on accident. Well,
Entirely by accident. Yes.
that's good to know.
Oscar will actually take off. He has like a stringed necklace that he pulls out, and it just has a spearhead on it. And he just says, and he hands it to you. And he just, that's a spear. That's the head of it that went into the bird.
This is the one that killed the bird?
Yeah. Happy 40th birthday, whenever that was.
Yeah, who knows? Thank you, Oscar.
Well,
He'll
you know,
put it in
you
his
celebrated your 20th, double it, and here we are, I suppose.
Yeah. I imagine we'd be leaving for Amulta soon. I was hoping to get some time to talk about this, and this seems like a good time. But how much did you know of what was happening to me and the others?
Only that you were uncomfortable, that you didn't want to talk about it, and that it was painful. And I regret not asking you about it, but I think you would have turned me down anyways if I had.
I would have, but I appreciate it. And I made it out, which is more than some could say. But I'm better now, I hope.
What does better mean? Not in general, to you. What does it mean to you?
Well, I'm not on the verge of death anymore. I'm a step away.
That explains why you're bitter about the age.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
You
I
know,
don't know what it's going to do to me.
as long as I've known you, you've been someone who sought life. Why does that have to change with a little bit of age?
He's gonna he's gonna roll up his sleeves, and he's gonna, because he wears like these big long puffy sleeves,
Yeah.
and he's gonna roll it all the way up to like his shoulder, like as high as he can push it, and he'll show you on his arm that his skin is almost translucent, like you can actually see veins underneath it. And some of the veins have like turned red or like decayed and are dying, like from old age. You know how you lose blood vessels and everything. But more than normal, more than the normal 44-year-old would have.
Right.
And he'd show that to you, and he'd say, "This happened ever since I came out of the Time Temple."
The
I was already
translucency?
I was already fairly pale, but the yeah, I think it has something to do with the water in my skin. I'm not sure how this magic works.
Are you trying to tell me you're turning to water or you're turning to ice?
I'm not sure. I could be losing it. Or
It could be.
maybe it's losing control. I don't know, but I feel like I'm a step closer, and I already was too close.
Well, that sounds to me like all the more reason to be seeking life. Living every moment to the fullest. Not
I agree.
standing on the sidelines.
Which is why I need to return to Amulta as soon as possible. I want to relay my information, and then I have some work to do.
What work?
I'll tell you another time.
Don't go and get yourself killed then.
Yeah, good point.
You know, I've got a few more scars since you last saw me.
I've showed you mine. You pull
Oscar
sleep
will
back down.
roll down a bit of his neck, and you'll see the lightning scar that actually protrudes up his neck that's fully glowing. It is glowing like at all times. Like it's not a subtle thing. And he kind of opens it up to show where there's like a chunk of wood stabbed into his shoulder. That's kind of at the center or the like. I don't really know. At a juncture point for the kind of lightning breath scar that's branching out there. I'll just say, this is from Laszlo.
It's quite the splinter.
The piece of wood is, anyways. So part of a wand. The scar was there before. That's new for you, anyways. That was I don't know, some lizard that shot lightning. Anyways, that one's new, but the magic that Laszlo helped draw out of that scar is new. I'm more resistant to magics now. So that's neat, I suppose, but also terrifying because I don't know how to turn it off, and so beneficial magics are also weaker against me. So that's a little bit frustrating. I was told that I might be able to learn how to turn it off, but that was from Laszlo's master, a Maltese magic practitioner extraordinaire, apparently.
I don't know if I would have much to help with that, but I wish I could. It's very fascinating.
The thought is enough, but thank you. I think it's something I need to probably figure out on my own, at any rate. But that one's new, and then I have a new stab wound in my stomach. Well, that one's
before
fun.
we get to the stab wound,
sure.
The wand. You should be careful. I wonder if there's a way you could dispel that magic as an outlier. Me, as an outsider, could turn it off for you.
I think turning it off from the outside is an avenue, but we discussed that, and the teacher said that I'm trying to think of the exact words. I think he called me an idiot for that. Which, I mean, it's not, as you know, it's not the first time an Amultese mage has called me an idiot. I
hope that goes to me, but I know you too well.
Yes, well, at any rate, it happens. At any rate, I think it is something I need to learn how to do myself.
Good luck.
Thank you. Good luck with yours as well, whatever that circumstance is. I'm sure you'll figure it out, and whatever it looks like, embrace it or change it. whatever's most appropriate for you.
Okay.
Okay. You'll be all right. You know that, right?
We all die, Oscar.
Of course we do.
I'm no
Some
different.
of us are just more stubborn than others.
Right, yeah. But I'm okay knowing that I will eventually pass, but there are so many things I need to do before then. So
Like what? Pick one. Pick
what is
one.
it with you? And
I have questions. What do you mean? What is it with me? I've
You'll,
always
you'll,
had
you'll
questions.
find out anyway. The lopers. I don't know. You know of the lopers? We
Yeah.
discussed them briefly.
Yeah.
They happen to be mostly high-ranking officials in the Paradel military. So if there's a way I can discover how we can eliminate that threat, then Amulta stands a better chance in their war efforts, which is obviously something that I want. That's what led me here. So.
Well, it seems we're fighting the war on two separate fronts then.
Yeah, and neither of us on the battlefield.
I don't know what they're wasting me with, out here doing diplomacy. I mean, what were they thinking?
No shit, they have you on diplomacy.
They have me on diplomacy. Yeah. Going
You
and
just
meeting people.
You just get blackout drunk with the crown?
No, Do you know they put me on assignment in the north for a while?
I heard you were reassigned. Yes, I remember that.
Well, I was reassigned not directly to the north from the wall. I went to the west from the wall.
I lost contact with you then. I hadn't heard anything since.
Well, did some work in the west. Did some work well in the west. They liked my jobs. I did well, and they rewarded me by putting me in the most boring-ass hick country in the entirety of Amulta. Now, that being said, there was a very good bakery there with a very nice lady who ran it. The entire task of me getting into diplomacy required me to investigate this woman. Turns out she's very nice and an absolute delight. But regardless,
you got a job for that?
Is apparently, man, I got a job for eating cheese bread in the north.
You know, I was fired because our wall was frozen.
Yes,
You got a promotion for going to a bakery.
For eating cheese bread, yes. You're correct. I think they wanted me out of the north because I think that they were getting antsy with me always mulling about the town and trying to find magical creatures to hunt. I think they were upset with me for stirring up too much trouble where there was none. I think they were trying to get rid of me.
Well, you happen to have found the most dangerous game.
Yeah.
I'm referring to lopers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well.
Did you say did you say that Ophios turned into a snake?
Oh, I said I hugged him, which you could probably you could infer probably from that.
Okay, no.
Yeah.
If you didn't say it, it's
Oscar will just kind of be showing about it. He'll just say, so I can't talk about your friend. I'm not going to talk about your friend.
Great. It's good.
I need you to know that. Because you trust me, you fool. No, but you do, at least more than they do.
Listen, the information that you know of Ophios is a threat to your life at all times.
I'm aware.
Okay.
That's why I'm telling you I'm not going to tell anybody.
Okay.
I don't have any interest in telling anybody. I don't really care what your friends think of me, to be blunt. I have a job
happy
to
hear
do.
that.
However, I do give a shit what you think about me, Elijah. I care about you. Always have.
I'm scared. These guys are annoying me. No, not Josh. Josh looked like looked like Peter out of Spider-Man 3. Scott's annoying me.
But I trust you, Elijah. I recognize.
Scott, stop, please. Jesus Christ.
I recognize that what I know is a threat to my life.
Okay. Yeah.
And I recognize that you recognize just as much as a threat as it is to my life. If anyone comes after me, I will put them down.
Listen, I've only fought 2. I've only fought a handful of lopers, and each
Has
one.
Elijah even fought one?
I think so.
I don't think Elijah has fought any. Yondis fought the one in Momley. That was the last one we fought.
I don't. Scott, please stop.
Is it?
I'm pretty sure it is.
What did we do after Momley again?
We went to.
We went to the gate.
Well, yeah. Wait, it was that city,
Oh yeah.
and then it was the gate.
Scott,
Oh yeah,
And then
you're
we
right.
fought a bean creature. Elijah's
an
never
undead one.
seen her.
I fought
yeah,
the
you
undead
Fought
one.
an undead one. Uh
There
huh.
you go.
He
That's
did.
Right. That's what it
We
God.
was.
fought that one.
What are you doing, man?
I fought one.
Stop.
Oh, Scott, please, you're making me uncomfortable, and I was just crying not that long ago. So
Way too
don't make
close
him
in
cry
the
again,
booth,
Scott.
man. Back
Scott,
it up.
please don't make him cry again. Come on.
I gotta
Okay.
pee. Can we take a break so Scott stops doing this?
Scott, stop.
We actually
I
haven't
would-
taken a break yet.
I would tell Oscar that I fought one. Small caveat: it was an undead specter, but no big deal. It took an angel and 3 warriors to bring it down, and even then, I still felt as if my life was in danger the entire time.
I understand.
An angel?
I understand.
No, like a physical
I understand.
angel. Okay, just checking.
You still seem to not get that I just am completely going to accept that any magical creature exists because I've fought too damn many of them for me to figure out which ones are real and which ones are just myth,
Yeah.
right? Like, you know that I
Sure,
just,
yes,
it,
of course,
it does not matter to me whether
I wouldn't fight
myth
an
is
angel
real.
though if I were you.
No, well, I don't intend on it, but life brings you into weird places, honestly, who knows?
Sure, that's true.
My point is more just, I understand that it's a threat. I don't want that threat to come from your friends.
To come for my friends?
From.
Well, they're not lopers.
No, good.
I think we can leave it there.
Yeah. As long as we're both on the same page, I'm happy.
Rena's
Yeah,
a lover.
Shut the fuck up. And Oscar, if you ever do need to hunt an angel, reach out to me. I might
Oh, I'll
be
let you
able to help
know. Yeah.
Yeah.
It would be an interesting experience, I think.
Good.
Yeah. We should go
Thanks for the spear.
back to the library. Oh, yeah. Well, it's just the head of one, but
Sure, yeah, of course.
yeah, I had to. Honestly, the shaft of it was completely whittled down at this point. Anyways, I had cut in so many marks into it.
So you gave him the spear of the Venator.
I gave him the spear head. Only the tip. Only the tip.
Thanks for the tip.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that what did you say? The shaft was too thin? Is that what you were saying?
I had whittled it down. I'd marked in
Oh,
too
right.
much.
Right,
You
yes.
know how I do with the
Yeah.
contracts. Mark in every
Right,
kill.
You had a thick tip and a skinny. It's too worn
It
down.
was wide at the start, but it's stretched out over time. Honestly, just a little bit, too much.
And we're back at the library.
Yeah.
Man, that was a long walk. That was like a 20-minute walk.
It's like 2 hours away, man.
You guys did run. Ophios did run.
That's true. Yeah.
And cheat with teleportation.
He did
Did
cheat
cheat.
with teleportation. Honestly, that was
Just be glad I didn't use my other teleport thing.
Yeah.
Rena's like, look.
No, this one kind of does damage to all things near it.
Oh yeah. Understood.
I'm aware of the one that it is. I don't want that. Yeah.
So you learn anything cool, Laszlo?
Yeah. I think it's best for us to wait.
Oh,
I'll fill
yeah.
you guys in when everyone gets back.
Yeah, I think.
I learned quite a lot from Erwin's writings.
We'll wait for
Okay.
Ophios and Rena to take a break.
I don't even think Scott's listening to us anymore.
I
he's
listened
not.
to everything that was said this whole time, except for when you saw me take my headphones off. And if you gotta go pee, go ahead. There's only 40 minutes left, so taking a break at this point is just...
That's fair.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you
That
go.
was for Tyler's sake.
So Ophios, I wanted to fill you in.
He can't talk right now.
Yeah, he's being suspiciously silent for once.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just gonna fill them in, and once we fill them in, I would hit the road.
Yeah.
Because that was it. That was literally
What did
all
the
we
road
came
do?
here for, and it turned into way more.
Yeah,
It always
should we do
does.
our
Hashtag blame
Pokemon
Joey.
goodbyes, wave in the sunset, and we separate? Is that the...
Rena was
we're
saying go
traveling
with
together.
us.
Oh,
You're
wait,
not
are
done
you
with
guys-
us,
We were all-
Elijah.
Are you guys
Yeah.
going to Cadus?
Yeah, we are.
We have to go with them.
Oh,
We're gonna split after
no.
Cadus. We're gonna split.
Sorry,
after Cadus.
Elijah.
No, that means we have to play again tomorrow.
No, we have time to talk to Cadus because
We have 40
Yeah.
minutes.
No, we can do it. Yeah.
3 days pass. You're at the keep.
Well, wait, Scott. The first night at the campfire, I would like to
wanna play
whittle
y'all
down
song.
a shaft until the spearhead can't stay on it anymore. The second day, I would. Okay, I'm sorry. I mean, I'm waiting for them to come back anyways. So,
Go
God,
on.
stop.
but I would inform Rena everything that I learned about like.
Shaft.
It was great.
I'm not even looking like I'm looking directly at the lens. You were legit like 30 inches away down in the bottom corner of my blind eye under my lenses with a microphone covering half of you. I just saw it zoom and I was like,
Ah! Did I scare him?
Ah!
All right. Rena. So Ophios and Rena head back. If that's what Rena would do with Ophios.
Oh, we've
And
already time traveled. Sorry. No undoes.
shh, you.
anyway, so when
Would you
when
say
they
anything?
when they arrive back, Ophios just looks somber, but calm.
Yeah. And I'll fill them in on everything I found out about Erwin. And without saying anything directly to Ophios, because my boy ain't that brave. But he's gonna just tell Rena about the true information that the Daelric dude wasn't actually involved in that, and he actually tried to save the person's life.
Does Ophios hear this? Or you're just saying it to me, like while he's standing next to me?
I'm directing it towards you because I don't want Lazo wouldn't want to like push Ophios out, like put him in the center of spotlight, because obviously Ophios doesn't want to talk about it, or he'd talk about it with him.
Yeah.
So you're like, so Ophios, on second thought,
No, I go.
So Rena,
I'll be
can you
like,
tell Ophios for me.
so Rena,
Uh-huh.
the person that
way?
didn't
Oh my god, are we on a date?
Damn it.
I mean,
We do
I
it.
mean, as you're filling us in, Ophios would eventually interrupt and say, "I expect you were not the one with them."
Oh no, not at all.
Then we're okay.
no.
Okay.
Continue.
Okay.
His voice is no longer has the lisp, which would be very noticeable. It's
Yeah.
not intentional, but it would be very noticeable.
Yes. So, it would seem that this mushroom person took an egg, and the rat was actually trying to save the life of the person that was inside, that was fighting the snake, was fighting the ranger off.
They deserve to die.
The bastard rare?
I'm talking about your species. The ranger was a loper.
Was he trying to save the ranger? Or
He
the
was
person the ranger.
no
was
the person the ranger killed, because when he got in there, I mean, you know, the ranger was already dead.
Oh, okay.
So because the mushroom man didn't help them, he just did it. So the rat he poured a healing potion or something based off of Erwin's stuff onto the wounds of this this snake person, and it was to no avail. The wounds were too serious.
How would it that Urin would know this information?
It was
Why
the
is that
rat
in
that
this
tried to
report?
save. It was the rat that tried to save the snake person's life.
I understand, but why would Urin's report contain all of this? Is
It seems
what the rat
Irwin-
told him?
Yes, it seems Erwin wrote down everything and reported everything about all his friends and colleagues, any information he gathered.
Did he say anything about Mies Arenas and his bliss would come back?
Yes. And just point out what Vanessa said before about how Rena had the sword and she was able to heal Erwin. He wrote that and stuff like that. I don't know how far along it goes after the capture. Oh yeah, Casper and the Sill. And I'll make sure note to look at Oscar when he goes, it seems the Sill has devised their own Venators.
To hear that.
Yes. It seems one's going to Amulta.
Good. We need allies.
Yeah.
Laszlo,
Ally.
we'll talk about that later.
Okay. And I'll just fill
Ophios
them in
would
on
look
the
to
rest of the
Oscar
stuff.
and just simply say, perhaps we should have an aside, Laszlos.
Oscar looks to Laszlo and nods, and then to Ophios and says, be as kind as you can, please.
Sure. You're not gonna try to kill me, are you? I don't wish to die.
If I was to kill yous, I would have done it in the libraries earlier.
Okay. If you wish to talk. I don't have secrets with Oscar, though. My life depends on him. I'm pretty open with...
You'll be fines.
Okay. And I'll
Laszlo,
just-
if you need anything, shout. I will be there in as fast as I can run.
All right, I'll follow Ophios or gesture.
Wherever a quiet, very secluded, nobody can hear us ever possible spot presents itself.
There's this dark table in the corner of the library.
Preferably where there's already a grave dug.
And ideally, just like a couple of shovels lying beside it, ready to go, honestly.
Here,
Yes.
we're gonna fill this ditch while we talk. Why do you keep showing us this thing?
Rena asked what it is. It's a pumpkin.
I thought so, but I was
Not much of one.
confused.
It's a gourd.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's a-
technically, but close enough.
It's green screened.
Said
It
DJ
is.
Myson?
It is. There's
Um,
actually a YouTube clip of it singing that song on loop.
Essentially, we go if there was like a private study room or something like that was available, Scott, or go back to the forest that the battle thing took place.
Either location works. Doesn't really matter.
All right.
study
it's
room
just-
is good. Yeah.
Yeah, he would tell Rena and Oscar to make sure nobody approaches. Ophios would. Except
Sure.
if something
Guess
were
I'll
to
just
happen,
hang
you are
out.
welcomes too.
Of course.
Once they were in that place, Ophios wouldn't talk. I imagine Laszlo would say, "You asked to speak with me." He would grab his hood and he would lower it.
I've never seen a lizard folk, but I don't think you're one.
You are correct. The reason I lost my cool is that was my clutch that was being talked about. My people murdered. Children smashed before they were born.
you picked a good person to blame. I'm sorry to hear that. Is that all of them? Or are you the only one?
He'll sigh and just simply say, that information is not necessary.
Okay.
What I can tell you is that is why I know of the other magics that you may not understand. Ones that I would be willing to aid you in being able to understand if I can't. Those magics are of the Lopers, our sworn enemies, the ones I hunt, to kills, to assassinates. That is why I exist. That is our purpose. They are our mortal enemies, and they hunted down and murder us as best they can.
Okay. Are these the same
I wasn't
people?
theirs to protect my clutch because I was theirs to kill a Lopers, a commanders of sorts, of Paradels.
There's Lopers in the Parando military.
They are the Paradels, as far as well, Scott, do I remember this? God damn it.
Which aspect of it?
That the Paradel Lopers are in charge of all the Paradel.
Roll me an intelligence checking in with advantage. You're starting to get a lot of information around that together, so that makes sense.
19.
19. I would say yes. You remember it. Yeah.
They are in controls of the Paradels, so to speak. Hiddens as parents.
Do they use disguises?
It's not exactly as you would think. The Times temples showed more of that. He would pull from his pack the liquid. This liquids allows them to more or less permanently change forms. Physically, not ones that's an illusions. The reasons we were going to Amultese was for me to perhaps find people to help me study these things, to understand more about these Lopers, so that I may be better at killing them, finding them, eliminating them, and ridding the worlds of their disdain of their existence, the evil that they brings. To take overs and rules alls and controls the powers in this world.
Oh, Ophios. That scares me. If they're that close and tied to Parandel, have you heard of any word of them being part of the Arcane Congress?
I knows not.
Is there a way to tell?
I can tell. Most times.
Well, the Arcane Congress has changed in my lifetime. And I hope it's because of what you say and not because of what I originally thought. But thank you for trusting me with this.
I had to. My emotions got the best of me. If I had the choice, you wouldn't knows. That's the truths.
Okay. And I'll gesture towards the door.
Nobody else can knows. Oscar already does. He solves me.
Maybe it's best you don't go to Lady Arceum.
I needs my memories restored.
She's a chronicler.
Explains.
She will want to learn everything that you know.
Would it be bad if she died?
Yeah. And Ophios, I could have stopped you from casting your magics. I didn't. She's far more powerful than I am.
Perhaps she's a Lopers. I will see her instead. Knows?
No, I doubt she's a Loper, but I just heard of them, so maybe my choices aren't the best.
She looks as parents.
She's human, actually. But if what you say is true, that formula might be more powerful than you think.
We shall cease.
Yeah. We're supposed to go see Kate and I'll walk towards the door and go, Ophios, I'm not your enemy. But I feel like you're making it known to me that I'm also not your ally.
I don't trust minis. Something tells
honest.
me I trust Serena's. Again, I don't have my memories.
Go with your gut.
The time temples turned me back into an eggs. With that, my memories were lost. My head is scrambled. I'm grasping straws every time something comes back. Out of orders. In different ways. Right now, it's the only thing that matters is who can aid me in helping to destroy these peoples. For that is my purpose. That is why I exist. And that is why I somehow survived the massacre of my clutch.
Makes sense. I hope you understand the opportunity that lays before you. Me and Oscar, we have the ear of the Queen. As powerful as you may be, and as great of a fighter as Reno may be, you cannot take on the Paradel military. You can only take them on singly, most likely in one-on-one combat. And if these ropers are as powerful as you say, it's probably a risk. But if you're able to be honest with us, if you're able to be more open, your people might gain an ally that's far greater than just your warriors.
We shall cease.
I understand. And I'll head to the other room, and I'll just look at Oscar and give kind of like a, I don't know, man, look at him.
Oscar will immediately look back to you and just kind of look to Ophios and then look back at you and just give you kind of it's a look that you would actually recognize of just Oscar's in a state of acceptance with it. It's just it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
He probably didn't like that Ophios just straight up said, well, if she restores my memory and finds out stuff, he could just kill her, is basically what he alluded to.
Oh, yeah, me and Oscar will talk about that.
Yeah.
And Oscar will have an issue with that more than Laszlo will.
Yeah.
But, we'll see. We're gonna head to Cadus, my bro.
We should. We should.
Because, Elijah's melting.
Thanks for the raid, though.
Hello, Wade. Hello, Wade. How you doing, sir? I didn't want to interrupt them. I was trying not to be rude or be distracting or anything like that. With them so deep into RP, it's very important to not do anything distracting to break the moment or the momentum or the mood. Or the immersion. Hi, Wade. One day, Wade, you'll learn what it's like to RP. You know, when you choose to travel with your party. Until such a day comes to pass. Good luck rolling 20s. You guys heading north?
Yeah.
I imagine so. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
I think it's time that we finally left Vigil and did the one thing you've been wanting us to do for this entire crossover, Scott.
Finish.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe. We don't have time though, really. Let's be honest.
Let's find out. You guys
gotta-
travel for 3 days. You're there. Woohoo!
Oh man, no, we have so much to talk about on the way though, Scott.
And we could do that in Discord.
Yeah, RP and
God,
Discord.
why don't you mention
yeah.
the Discord? Why don't you plug your
Why-
Discord?
Oh, Discord. Let me plug it. Let me.
Are
click-
you trying to end
click a
this
button. Oh, look at
right now,
this.
Messi?
Look at that. Let's spam the Discord.
All
link.
right,
Look
because
at
we'll
that.
just play again tomorrow, right?
There you
That's,
go. No.
that's what we're gonna do,
It's a
right?
big crossover event with 2 campaigns. We got Aurorum, Thronekeeper, and Regicide put together. Though of course Doxy's looking very funny right now. Hey girl, how you doing over there?
This
Man,
is the 3rd session of the
This-
crossover. Let's just point that out.
this is crossover session number 3, and depending on how things go over the next 20 minutes, we're maybe looking at crossover.
I mean, to be
session
honest
4.
with you, it would be a waste to do another one because you guys have to head out, and we would just have like.
Yeah, let's wrap this up now then.
So how do you know Cadus?
I slept with him in the 3 years ago.
I
Oh.
thought you were about to say the 3rd grade, and I was about to become
Oh,
uncomfortable.
Kylie Colors has a Tyler emote. Whoa, that's cool. It looks good.
Man, it's like
That's a global.
I mean, it's not an insult to call someone Bob Ross.
I wasn't insulting. It's accurate. All right. So, anyways,
You guys mind if I do the rest of the session down here?
Oh,
Yeah, I mean,
you always do, anyways.
wait! In honor of Wade. I don't know why I have this right here.
why do you have that? Oh my goodness.
I got
So
you. I
we're-
got you. We're good.
Okay.
So we're
Jesus.
legitimately just like not finishing this session, huh?
No. We're good. We're good.
Okay.
So 3 days later, you guys arrive at the keep to the north. I've described it many times before in the various campaigns, but what happens is there's a keep
Yeah,
at the
just one more
northern
time, if you
edge
wouldn't
of
mind.
the river, whose gates actually close within the river itself. So part of the inside the keep's walls, I can't even look at you guys right now. Part of inside the keep's walls are you're less creepy than Wade. I'll give you that, but it wears you down after a while. So. I'm sorry. Wade looks like he's gonna stare at you from outside your bathroom window. You know what I mean? Wade looks like he has a couple of what are they called? You have beautiful blue eyes. It doesn't work. You know what I mean?
Dang it.
You know, it doesn't work. Wade looks like he has a couple of restraining orders away from middle schools. You know what I'm saying? Like.
He does have that creepy smile when he does it, so I can't.
Wade has a scraggly graying beard and can't grow hair on top of his head. You know,
All right, you guys
there's
ready
a
to do this again
difference
tomorrow?
There's a difference
Yeah.
between, you know.
Yeah.
I'm happy to come hang out for like half an hour tomorrow so we can clean this
We might
up.
as well. I kind of do
honestly.
want this RP on this travel because I imagine there's some important
No.
RP between Laszlo
Josh,
and.
you have a
Retcon it.
functioning
Messy
laptop?
is
Retcon it later.
ready to get rid of me.
Josh,
Like,
you have a functioning
I'm
laptop?
gonna ask.
He
questions.
can just stay at your place and go into your block.
Yeah, just let him sit next to you. You got enough room for 2 people?
You
But
do.
yeah,
have
look
to.
at
The
my
camera.
dice
I'll bring the camera.
Yes,
Yes.
do it. Look, Scott, you've been trying to derail us for the last hour with that gourd. All right. You are
Oh
just
my
as
God.
much wanting us to play tomorrow, apparently.
Yeah, that gourd makes me think of Toad from Mario.
Right?
Yeah, that's fair, honestly.
So anyways, you you guys get up there, and when you get to the camp, you
You
realize
sure?
that they're not in the camp, that they're that the camp is empty. The place it's So Josh, are you bringing a microphone with you tomorrow? Are you staying here really late tomorrow, or are you leaving here early tomorrow?
I mean, it depends on how you want me to drink whiskey, so I don't know, man.
Yeah, maybe
Look,
maybe you should
That means you're
until we
staying
start.
late. Scott. That means you're staying late, Josh.
Yeah, why? You can share a mic. Why do you need another mic? You just
No,
put it in front of him,
because he can
and
just
then-
sit. He can
There's
just sit.
legitimately a spot that he can
Oh,
sit
Jesus.
like just around the corner there.
Oh,
Yeah, like there is space for Josh to literally be set up directly behind.
Like there's literally a
Oh,
computer
yeah.
right there
Yeah.
that he can sit at. So
Like,
you know.
all right.
It's not gonna be weird at all. I gotta
Hey, it
remember
looks
my
like there's a-
passwords now.
Looks like you're missing a texture there on the wall. I'm not
It
sure.
does.
Maybe you don't have source installed.
What
But
are
you should check that out.
What are you talking about?
We're talking
That,
about weird.
They're
Like-
talking about your foam, your acoustic foam, and how it
No,
looks like.
no, I'm talking about what's on
Okay.
the right hand side and
Oh,
how
the
that
right-hand
looks
side?
The
weird.
green screen.
Yeah,
Hmm.
look.
No, I'm
Oh,
talking about the
okay.
acoustic
Oh, this is the
foam.
green
Yeah,
screen. Yeah, this is
that-
Yeah,
Messi's-
that's the part that
yeah.
looks weird because
Oh,
also
okay.
your room.
I thought Messi was making a joke
Uh,
about.
I was talking about the acoustic foam. It looks like there's
Yeah.
supposed to be something there, but we
Yeah,
can't
it looks
see.
like
We don't-
it looks
don't
like
have
an
the texture
image in
pack.
like a like prop hunt that just didn't load.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
I know exactly what you're talking about, Messi. I get it.
yeah. I've played a lot of Gmod actually.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Did Wade
I might have
talk in
played it.
chat? People said sounds like it, Wade. And I was like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, he asked if everyone's been to Scott's house.
Yes.
the
The answer is yes.
Not me.
He just
Yeah.
let me right in.
I mean, Scott
Right in.
invited me in the first time I met you, which was weird because it was in LA, but you know, you have this teleportation thing, which I don't get. Also, why the hell didn't you teleport me home after LA? I'm kind of mad about that.
Because you
Don't
didn't
wanna-
perform as well as the personal ad suggested.
Well, first of all, you didn't pay me, so.
Well, perform then
there's-
pay. You know,
Mm,
so
all right.
you have to earn.
Well,
you
you
gotta
guys
earn.
are
You
getting
gotta earn
paid?
dollar bills. No, we're talking about sex. We're talking
Yeah.
about prostitution.
I know. You guys are getting paid.
Physical, yeah, man.
Messi, you're
What are
getting
you
fucked a
doing
different
here?
way. You're getting fucked a different
Yeah.
way.
Look,
So
Man,
Messi, I'll send you my agent.
So this will be my
sort it right out.
background tomorrow.
Ooh, very nice.
oh, that
Um,
technically will be. Oh my God. It's funny because hold on, that actually will be his
Yeah.
background.
Really good and kind of terrifying that you
You'll
just
just
have
see-
that on hand.
you'll see on the right side of the screen just Scott like on a delay, like 2
Yeah.
seconds behind what
Yeah.
we see.
Oh, that's really good.
I can make him sit at the table. He can check and see if it's clean for y'all. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not licking
Wait,
your
no.
table.
Josh, can you check all the rolls whenever he makes a roll?
Wait.
Can you just like peek over and make
Hey,
sure?
no,
it's-
no, you cannot look. You cannot look behind the DM screen.
He's like,
Okay?
yeah, I got a natty 20. Josh is like, it doesn't look like
Nope.
it from here.
That is a 2, my friend.
Not
There
from
is
where I'm
no
sitting.
0 on the end of that.
No,
That is
you know
a
what he
2.
says? You know what he says? He goes, he didn't even roll.
He's just sitting there, guys. He just wants that to be the number.
Yeah, why do you have Twitter open on your other monitor?
Why are you scrolling through Instagram on a computer?
I don't have
What are you
Instagram.
even doing?
Well, technically,
No, Scott's a boomer. Scott's a
Yeah, I
boomer.
know. I
I don't
I know that was
TikTok. I don't Insta.
that was
Yeah,
the whole
he
joke
just-
about him
Facebook.
using it on a computer. It was
He
a
just
boomer joke,
browses
'cause
the Home
Instagram is
Depot
kind of a
website.
mobile only
I
app.
do. I need to get wood.
Okay.
I need
all right.
wood. I gotta fix my daughter's
Scott.
bed.
Well, maybe
You're
if
not
you paid me
supposed
for
to
all the
call
wood I've
me
given
out
you.
that
I'll
about
give
what
you
you
more.
ordered. My God,
Oh,
there's a protocol.
I mean, if you guys could check out Scott's Wood on his OnlyFans page.
Yeah.
OnlyFans.com/ScottsWood.
Scott's Wood. That's good.
Scott's Wood. That's good.
Oh, he has a slogan. He has a slogan.
Oh.
And I'm excited to play with y'all tomorrow again.
It's gonna be really awkward if it's only like 30 minutes. Because
Why,
I'm
you're
gonna be,
on
I'm gonna be
Dox's
sitting right there, and I'm just gonna be like, okay, bye guys.
It's like, well, that's it for you guys. Hey, leave now, Josh. We don't. Yeah, you can go out the door. Tell
Yeah.
Brett I said hi. Okay, guys. So let's keep
Oh,
going.
you think Britt's awake? Nope. No, she'll be asleep. So she'll be like, "Oh, is your friend staying to
You
play
think that-
for a while? Oh, that's nice. I'm glad you have a friend, Scott. Okay, I'm gonna go to bed. You boys have
My
a good
God,
night."
man. So I want you to know
Way too
me
much
doing that
noise.
fake walking just met my step goal for today, according to my watch. So here we are.
Oh, Jesus.
And here we go. Who wants to start?
Oh.
I mean, I think we should start with Josh today.
I was thinking we can start with Chris Ellen, but yeah, we'll go three steps that way, whatever. We'll start with Josh.
And then why don't we go this way and then down?
So hi, Will. How you doing today? Good.
Pretty good. Pretty good. How are you doing?
I'm good.
Fuck that
You
up.
can find me
Oh yeah. Where can I find you?
on Twitch. Yeah, Twitch. That's the word. I'm funny one. I'm a variety streamer. I play video games. Right now I'm playing Hades a lot. It's pretty fun.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm okay at it. And I've been playing Spelunky 2, which I'm not good at. Not good
So,
at
Who are
all.
you talking to, Josh? Who's over there?
What's
happening?
It's weird because if I look this way, it would be where Scott is too.
Oh.
So, that's strange. Hey.
What's going on out there?
Anyways, you can find me on.
Wait a second, there's a whole bunch of
Funny
people
One.
watching us.
Wait, hold on. You can see in my apartment.
What? 170? This is awkward. Well, Will, you better tell them who you are, I guess. After Josh, then.
I mean, well, first of all, follow Josh's stuff because that sounds really cool.
Yes.
So I've been meaning to play Hades. It looks like a lot of fun. I'm Will. You can find me at Will and Graham on Twitter, but the main place where you actually want to check me out is on arcanistentertainment.com, where me and a few friends are making a board game. We're making Schism. This is Schism Immolation of Othenfur. It's the first starter set that we're making. It's got a bunch of cool miniatures in it, if you're into that kind of thing. We are making a fast-paced tabletop skirmisher, the fast-paced tabletop skirmisher, if you will. It's meant to be an introduction between strategy games, kind of like Catan and Risk, and build you into things like war games, like Warhammer. It's meant to be that kind of gap or bridge between those two gaps. That's really what I'm doing with my time. If you want to check out the socials, you can check them out over at arcanistentertainment.com. We're going to be posting some stuff pretty soon, actually, about some of the newer models that we have shipping to us really soon. So I'm really excited about that. We'll be sharing that information soon. And Scott, don't worry, you will eventually get a copy. I have to figure out the damn quote because they came back to us with something I'm not happy.
I don't believe you. I don't know
Well,
what's gonna happen.
You know what? Honestly, Scott, if this is a promise, so pay attention. Stop staring at yourself and pay attention.
I'm trying, but
It's okay. Josh is
I
filming.
know,
You can watch it back
I know.
later.
But Scott,
yeah, I'm
this is a
listening.
promise. If I don't get the pre-production copies organized in the next 3 months, because that's the realistic timeline, I will
it's so
send
long away.
I will send you one of my personal prototype copies.
But 3 months is so far away.
It is.
Josh is probably
But-
gonna move away in 3 months.
But I will know long before then, so it'll get to you around then.
Well, the good news is
Like
3
that, it
months
will-
is sooner than the 5th week of November. So,
Right.
So
Yeah.
I'll take that.
Well, hey,
Oh,
why don't we
God.
hear about the 5th week of November?
Yeah, Jake.
Wow, you're just skipping.
Yeah.
You're just skipping people.
Yeah.
Wait.
Absolutely, I am.
We
Come
live
back
in a
to the main
society.
because I
There
think
are
we can
rules.
end this person here, which is not Scott. Sorry, Scott.
I
already
mean,
promised you.
I think we should finish strong and go to Messi next, and then that way we go up. and then
Oh,
we-
okay.
Oh, man.
Just insult
Okay.
Messi just straight up then, I guess.
What? No.
Okay. Hey guys, you can catch me on Fox. I'm on at 9 p.m. most nights.
God damn it.
We got new seasons coming
I agree,
out,
Jake.
new episodes.
I agree.
That caught me.
Yeah. So dough, that's my big catchphrase. You can hear more about that on Fox.
Just
9 p.m.
advertising The Simpsons. Just full on advertising The Simpsons.
Full on
Oh, I thought this was Blue's Clues. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, sorry, you're right. Blue's Clues on Fox at 9 p.m.
Oh my god.
That's prime time. That's when all the
Prime
kids are.
time Blue's Clues.
Prime time.
What is Fox? Well, I'll tell you.
Ring ding 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 ding. That's it, right?
No, that's what the Fox says. Okay.
No, that's not what the Fox says. Fox says recount. Sorry.
Hey, Tyler.
Wow.
Is it my turn?
Yeah, why
Oh.
not?
Apparently.
I don't know.
I want to make sure
I'm just
Messi
saying.
said what he actually wanted to say.
Sure. Yeah, you can catch me here tomorrow. And then you can hear where you can actually find me then. So make sure you come here tomorrow. Also,
That's
yesterday
smart.
you missed it, but yesterday I streamed on Lost Initiative with 2 people here. So
It was Tyler and Josh.
yep, they're both there.
Yeah.
I was there?
No.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Did
We
I
were
drink
there.
too much yesterday and forget everything? No, I didn't. Lies from Scott. It was Rena and Scott.
And
I don't know. I was busy studying.
And Wade also is over there for those of you that joined the raid base from Wade's stream.
Oh, yeah,
Wade,
that too.
Rena, Scott, Messi, and Patrick. Wednesday
Yeah.
nights.
Actually,
Witcher
Wade won't be
campaign,
joining us
Lost
next
Initiative.
week. He got to talk too much yesterday.
right.
So
Yeah.
we're cutting him out for a week so everyone else can get a little bit of
He-
prime time. So he won't be there next week, sadly. But
He did seem like he needed a break, honestly.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
been
he did
doing a
do
lot
cool.
lately.
Yeah, like I mean, it seems like it might be good for. Wait, I think it'll be good for you, honestly.
What?
All right. Cool. Hi, I'm Tyler. This episode was very emotional for my character, which then bled into me getting emotional playing my character because, you know, that's what I do. So if you were watching, whoo, that was a doozy for me. But you can find me on twitch.tv/apocalypto_12. Google Tyler Scheid. A lot of stuff will pop up. My social is apocalypto_12. My YouTube is apocalypto12 or just Tyler Scheid because the channel name is... The URL is Apocalypto12, but the channel name is Tyler Scheid. Anyway, you can find all my stuff there. There sadly very likely will not be a video post on YouTube tomorrow because I am figuring out editor situations and stuff like that. So, yeah, but Black Friday sale starts tomorrow on my merch. So if you want to check that out, I am actually wearing the brand new reversible beanie. One side says "Smile Always." The other side, we have this sweet lantern.
I'm glad I held out and waited on buying.
So the Black Friday sale starts tomorrow. It's DFTBA's Black Friday sale, which is where all my merch is, but you can find it at tylerschheid.com. That redirects to DFTBA's website. So you can check all of that out if you would like to do so. Follow me on socials.
You know, Tyler,
to see what I'm up
Googling
to,
you.
Twitter in particular.
I keep Googling you, but I can't find you. Can you tell me your SSN so I can just look that up?
Yeah. It's 8675 FU Messy.
That seems really specific.
Oh.
Hey, it worked. Wow. Awesome. Thank you, man. I'll buy like 3.
He's like 300 hits. Oh, wow.
Wow. Incredible.
But yeah, if you want to know what I'm up to, the easiest place and best place to find out, because I don't shut up about what I'm doing because I'm just like to keep people informed, is my Twitter. Just check out my Twitter. It's Apocalypto_12. Anyway, go check out Rena, Messy, Will, Josh, aka Unfunny One, and Scott, who's right here. But Rena and Messy and Scott are over on Lost Initiative with Wade and Patrick, so check that out as well. Now listen to Rena and listen to what Rena says, because Rena's awesome and important and does great streams and creates great art. So yeah, check out Rena's channel because she's going to talk about that.
Buy
Well,
Tyler's
that's all the time
merch.
we have for the, tonight.
That's all I was gonna say.
Um,
That's pretty much it. Follow everyone. Buy Tyler's merch. Yeah, no, this is great. You guys know who I am. Rena the Destroyer here on Twitch. You can find me. I do art. I play games. I hang out. That's pretty much it. Scott is an excellent DM. Puts a lot of time and effort into these, which we very much appreciate. So thank you, Scott.
Scott, stop denying it. You are a very good DM and we appreciate you. Just
Yeah.
fucking accept the appreciation. Scott,
time,
Scott,
effort.
I am going to come over to your house and make you fucking
Can I-
appreciate it.
I'm
Can I
gonna
just
remind
say-
you what I did this session.
Can I
Yeah.
just say,
DJ Meissen.
Scott has been my GM in almost every single campaign I've been in. I think all but one.
Oh.
You really need to get your feet wet there, buddy. You
I
realize
mean,
that this is borderline like one of those things, like one of those cults where you take the children and you raise them to think this is normal. Like,
Hey.
this is normal.
But I'm talking D&D. If we go to Warhammer, technically I've had Frank and why am I blanking? Sheepy as my DMs.
Oh, I haven't met Sheepy yet. Not officially.
Sheepy's great.
Yeah. Seems like a really cool person. I haven't officially met them yet, just like through a little bit of text here and there. Hi everybody. How you doing today? Good? Glad to hear it. Listen, Lost Initiative. There's a thing over there. It's called a show. It's called a Dungeons and Dragons 5e Witcher show. There's one really good PC, one okay PC, and two, well, I'll let you be the judge of the other two.
He's right there.
You know. Anyways.
All right, so what I heard is Wade is the really good PC. Rena's the really good PC. Wade's the okay PC, and the other two are other two. Is that what?
I have to say, I'm impressed with Wade being able to rhyme so much.
Honestly, yeah.
I didn't think he'd be able to do that often. So I'm impressed by that. I'm less impressed by Patrick's
You might
ability
be a
to
little
grab meat.
impressed, but Wade is a little bit stressed.
Of course you're impressed, because I'm the best.
Wade thinks that he's a clinical genius, but we all know that he's a Grammy old penis.
Shut up or I'll
Wow.
kick you in the chest.
Sorry. My apologies. Anyways, I'm not sure what's happening with Messi. I don't know if it's just like a still or
He's
getting
slowly.
I
don't
think
know what's happening.
I
He's
think
melting.
it's a still for sure.
Yeah.
It's very good, whatever it is. I'm enjoying it a lot.
I don't know. He
It's-
messes
it's-
it around.
He's recreating the apple fall on the head and find out gravity and all that.
It's gravity.
Oh,
can see the
Sir
ball.
Isaac Newton.
Yeah.
The only
Oh.
thing is, like, if the
a
apple
Newton
actually hit him on the head, it wouldn't be in the location that.
Well, it rolled
is
off.
based on
Bad
direct
editor. That's
gravity.
it.
You know, it also is like too perfectly upright with a leaf on there, and
That was ideal, honestly.
Somebody clip that.
If that doesn't get clipped, look, Rena, you and I are both mods. We should really learn how to clip things at some point.
No, I just tell other people to do.
All right, someone else clip that because neither
The
of
queen
us.
has spoken. Clip.
Nessie, that was beautiful. That was art. That was art.
The longer you look at it, the funnier it is.
Aliens.
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 So.
Aliens.
oh my god.
Oh boy.
Scott, you're in the middle of telling us about your shows, huh? You're gonna be
So
all
that
right?
that actually was a great way to introduce Lost Initiative. It's that.
Yeah.
That's what we do there, yeah.
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 Here is this. There was that.
You got it. That's what we do here. Hey.
I don't know what's
Tyler.
happening.
Hey, yeah.
Messi.
Oh, I'm not
Messi
part of.
won't-
I'm not
no.
part of the
Part
group.
of that.
Messi.
Messy won't do it.
Nessie's a little stuck at the moment.
How did he do that? Did he do his toe? What the fuck?
Oh, it's beautiful. Oh.
How did he even do that? Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh, it's so good.
So this is the crossover that never ends, right, Scott? We're just gonna keep
Yeah.
doing this every Thursday and Friday.
Forever and ever.
I mean, could you really put up with us for that long?
I mean, I'll be honest. If we keep doing every Thursday and Friday, I might not need to start asking for a raise there, Scott.
Yeah. I mean, it should have ended today, but we'll have to end tomorrow instead, because life, love, and the pursuit of happiness. All right, let's.
I don't know if there was that much love here, other than a good old hug between Oscar and Ophios.
I don't know, man. I wanted to see Oscar get punched in the face.
Oscar was in a kind mood today, I think.
It got close to that. If you would have,
Yeah.
it got close to him actually attacking Oscar. So
Oscar was not except for the moment where you were like fronting Laszlo, there was no point at which Oscar would.
If you guys are going to talk for like half an hour, I'm going to turn this off.
Still
no moving his face. If you want,
Is this
Messi, you can choose your favorite filter, and I can put on turn the music up, and you can dance to it with your favorite filter. Would you like that, Messi? Do you want to dance to it for all of our entertainment?
he's already dancing, Scott. This is the dance.
You broke the silence. I was just gonna wait. I was gonna wait.
No, I have too much ADHD for that, man.
All right, let's excuse me, my apologies. That laugh legit hurt my lungs.
It's the radon, not the laugh, but okay.
Oh, there we go. There it is. Why is it being weird?
I don't understand what's happening.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
I think we're all just gonna go now.
Okay. I was trying to play something, but the wrong one is playing. That's okay. It's still a good song. It's just not the right song.
Oh yeah! Hey, check out the podcast. They had three awesome people on it last week.
That doesn't sound like us.
That sounds big.
It was Rena, Tyler, and I. We talked for way too long and did not follow the script of the podcast at all in terms of order or things.
So a normal session.
Yeah, 100%.
My brain
Paul
doesn't
said it was
function.
the least popular episode ever.
It was not linear. Like,
That bastard Rayrin deserves what it gets. That bastard Rayrin deserves to die.
Fucking good.
That bastard Rayrin deserves what it gets. That bastard Rayrin deserves to die. Turn that music off.
Hold on, everybody. I'm about to raid. Because I need to share the love I got from Wade. So let's find a cool channel to raid.
That bastard Rayrin deserves what it gets. That bastard Rayrin deserves.
And we will burst in there with our love, semicolon, invade.
Turn that music off. Turn that music off. That bastard Rayrin deserves what it gets. That bastard Rayrin deserves to die. That bastard Rayrin deserves what it gets.
I know a great person for us to raid. Let's raid this person now. Let's get it going. Raid. Come on, everybody, get on the raid train. Steven Spawn's an awesome dude. Let's share our love with him. Don't be rude.